the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
Sit you stink.
Hahn.
How about your nuts? Can I get some?
And Rosenberg.
He wanted me to jump up and make the jokey so the people go laugh time. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. Don LaGreca just, he doesn't work anymore. It just does, he's just taking time.
He said, let me know we're on TV.
Doing it right. Yeah, he's just pretty much, that's what he's become, a TV guy. He's like, I've done enough of this radio-only thing.
Yeah, this yo-yo radio.
This YouTube thing. He can't even find YouTube. Yeah, Ask him to find it. He can't.
Oh, you know what? I got a text from Don earlier.
Oh, better you than me, I guess.
Well,
I guess my phone's broken.
I think you'll, when I tell you the content, it might make more sense.
All right.
He sent me pictures from Sesame Place and was making a strong recommendation for me to bring Maya there next summer.
Never been, huh? We went, Gracie might have been, I don't know, 2 years old. Took her. She had an Elmo obsession. It was quite unhealthy. Elmo Crocs, Elmo shirt, Elmo.
She was in.
Had the doll, the whole thing.
She was in on the mo.
Elmo comes out. She sees him.
Nothing.
No. Starstruck.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. So that was quite a day.
She sounded like Don and LT. Thank you very much.
It almost was that kind of a conversation.
Yeah, between the two of them.
Yeah.
Elmo
yeah, it's actually it's a good recommendation.
Yeah, so he sent me some cute pictures of the fam.
Okay.
We had Natalie's birthday yesterday. I'll get into that a little bit in the weekend recap.
The picture he sent said "So Jersey." Was that Silent Bob?
Where'd he send that?
He sent that picture during the weekend. I'm like, I can't.
To our group chat?
Yeah.
Let me take a look. Hold on.
Trying to figure out who this is, and it's got to be a Jersey connection.
He sent it to the DHR chat?
They took him out the South Jersey Comic-Con.
Yeah, whatever.
I think it was Kevin Smith. He took
Kevin Smith.
That's Silent Bob.
Yeah.
You guys are saying the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know him as Kevin Smith.
Do you know, Jacob, that Kevin Smith is Silent Bob?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I just didn't know because the way you said it's Silent Bob.
He corrected me.
And then he comes in and goes, Kevin Smith.
If I said Kevin Smith or Silent Bob, what's the majority of people that would know one or other?
I think it's possible the name Kevin Smith has surpassed Silent Bob.
It has? Okay.
Yeah, because he went on to direct other stuff.
I'm not. Not trying to belittle his career.
No. And I don't think you are. To us.
A knuckle dragger from the island.
Yeah,
hey, that's that Silent Bob guy.
You know Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. You know Chasing Amy. You know Clerks. You're talking about all the early.
Yeah, I love those characters.
But then he went on. Kevin Smith.
Chasing Amy, by the way, that's a good one.
It was. Yeah. Although I will tell you what, when you go back and watch those movies,
don't love it.
You forgot how bad the acting is.
I mean, who cares? It's funny.
Also, Kevin Smith's thin Kevin Smith is a tough adjustment.
Well, that was what made it.
I'm still struggling with
it tough to figure out.
Well, but it's in years now. He's been thin Kevin Smith now for, I'm sure, longer than he was even publicly fat Kevin Smith.
Really?
Dude, I really think so.
Well, sans the beard also throws you off.
And the run early on, in case you're wondering, if you're a youngster and you've never seen these like classic college age movies.
This is just pure 90s.
It's Clerks,
so
Mallrats.
Yep.
Chasing Amy.
Yeah, really good.
Dogma.
Yes.
Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Which is hilarious.
Jersey Girl. Clerks 2.
They were in Jersey Girl?
They did. He did. No, Kevin Smith did.
He did. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's right. I see. Yeah, I did it again.
Then he did.
Dogma, by the way, an incredibly underrated movie.
Then he did Salma Hayek vehicle. Then he did Zach and Miri Make a Porno, which was a fun movie, if you remember that.
Yes.
Pretty fun. Speaking of comedies from yesteryear, that's a 2008 comedy.
Yeah.
Sort of raunchy comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he had a nice so did Don see him or Don ran into him?
I guess so.
Or just had a picture of him randomly?
Just took a picture with him.
I don't know. The place where he took it was so random because I had to read like the lanyard on Kevin Smith. It was like South Jersey Comic-Con. I was just like,
But why would Don be at
It's-
South
it's-
Jersey Comic-Con?
With his kids.
But it's so Don, though.
Wait, but why would his kids?
That's like, seriously, that's like when my parents dragged me to Colonial Williamsburg when I was like 8.
No.
Like, what are you taking me here for?
But don't you think it's the
This
opposite
doesn't
here?
do anything for me.
But Don must have gotten dragged there by the kids, right?
The kids?
Well, why would he be there?
Because he might have known that they were there. Or Kevin Smith was there.
Oh, no, you know what it
Oh,
was?
your kids will love this.
I got it. I figured it out.
Oh, here we go.
By the way, man, skinny Kevin Smith is an interesting
I
looking
mean,
fellow.
healthy is good.
But-
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It says 2018 he had a heart attack, and that's when he got healthy?
Yeah, he's around 2018. He was 330 pounds.
Oh, wow, he's still big then.
He lost a total of 100 pounds after following a near fatal widowmaker heart attack. In
Oh, it was a widow. Jesus.
Hey,
And well, now, by the way, it's more than he's lost 100.
No,
He's under 230
clear.
now.
But if
Yeah,
he's
he has
healthy,
to
that's
be.
good.
Good for him. God bless. Now, here's what I bet happened.
He looks like Buzz Lightyear.
Here's what I bet happened, though. I bet Don got the hookup because his boy from
Yeah.
Clerks,
Mhm. Yeah.
who's always at the Sasso
Brian?
game,
Yeah.
Brian O'Halloran,
Yes.
probably was
said,
appearing at the same thing.
we're gonna be down
and
here.
we're doing this. You
Stop
want to pop by?
Yeah.
And Don's like, "Can I meet Kevin Smith, Jersey legend?"
Absolutely.
I
Kids will love it.
By the way, I appreciate. So you're right. They got dragged. I just like that Don and Nancy are in the picture because I've said this to Alan recently. For future reference, if anyone meets me who happens to in any way enjoy my work and for some reason is interested in having a picture with me, first of all, I will always, of course, do it. But just do me a favor. I hate when people say, "Can you take a picture with my kid?" And you can tell the kid has no interest in the picture.
You've done this, yeah.
Just take the pic. Like, you just take a picture of me yourself.
How about me and you?
Me and you, buddy.
Yeah.
Because little Billy over here, he's like, "Dad, why are you pushing me into the arms of a stranger?
Yeah.
I don't know who this guy is."
Yeah.
Oh, he's your yo-yo talking on the radio? I don't even know what that is.
Mhm.
So anyways, so shout out to Don. He will be back Thursday, of course.
Yeah.
1 to 3.
Not here.
Not on our show. No.
So is he moving to the K show?
I don't think so.
No?
I believe he's still going to return to our show
Do you feel away?
Friday.
It's been, let's see. So we're not going to do a show together until the big day, September 8th,
Well, me and him will do a show together.
Friday.
Friday.
Cali has big opening weekend of hockey.
Oh, speaking of which, how was the big volleyball all weekend?
Gracie, as a freshman, actually got called upon to jump in. and play.
Real? Wait.
We were not expecting early playing time, and she was called upon, jumped in, and played really well. And it was a good weekend. I mean, again, Malloy Volleyball, very young team, a lot of freshmen. And when you are a lot of freshmen and you play against, they played the number 2 team in the country.
In the number 2 Division 2?
Yeah, Tampa.
Who was that?
Tampa.
University
These
of Tampa?
girls, this is like the whole lineup was like 6'5". They were huge, tall, athletic girls. So they were really good. So you're good, like you're gonna. This is a learning situation, but they did get a win over the weekend, which was good, and she got to play. It was a proud dad weekend moment, really enjoyable. And by the way, best part of it, new tradition because it's in Rockville Center,
Okay.
Malloy. That is very close to West Hempstead. And you know
Okay.
what's in West Hempstead?
Oh, I sure do. I think you're talking Dario's.
Dario's. So we decided to stop over there, and
And I know what happened next.
we just Oh yeah, got phone.
Well, I have Dario's talk in my weekend recap as well. Some more Dario's to talk about.
It's that good. So yeah, good weekend, and so yeah, I guess so. We'll discuss Miss Hatton during a weekend.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
But there's other
Good.
things. Some sports happened over the weekend as well.
Listen, let's just start with this: 800-919-3776. Anthony and I have been talking about this for a long time. I've been saying this a lot. Yankees-Red Sox is dead. Because what happened that everybody's now clutching pearls about with Jazz Chisholm, you got to understand. If you think what Jazz did was selfish, was, broke some unwritten rules and all that stuff, and we've got an explanation for you now at this point where you understand what both teams knew at the time. But still, anybody that felt in the moment, why is he doing that? They're not even trying to keep him on base and all that stuff. If the Red Sox had any any at all, just self-respect in that moment. You're not just walking off the field with your tail between your legs. You're doing something about it. That's the problem. Yankees-Red Sox doesn't have the same heat it used to have. To a point now where even a moment like that you can argue away after why Jazz didn't do anything wrong. There still would have been in the past, someone would have said something, right? Someone would have said something to him. There would have been some jawing at least, back and forth, whatever. And instead, the Red Sox gave you nothing. And that's the part that I kind of was surprised at. That was an absolute tail between the legs. Then they go position player, and it was a joke in the 8th inning.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't even like
it wasn't even fun to watch.
A legitimate baseball game now.
Right. Now guys are padding stats. I mean, the home run derby that happened in that inning was embarrassing.
Did you have to, in defense of the Red Sox, was it the smart thing to do?
Of course. They didn't want to use their bullpen anymore. They
right.
lost. We're done. We're out of here. But
in a different time, would you have said, no, we have to show some self-respect. We're going to waste another pitcher just because we can't put out a position player and get abused?
Again, now we go back to where it's just more baseball and what the numbers tell you versus, no, you know what? Screw them. And that's something that would have happened in the past. Some type of it's different because we're not playing the Royals. We're playing the Yankees at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, and we're being embarrassed to a point where, like you saw, they were so disconnected fielding-wise late in that game. Boston, we've complained a lot sometimes about the Yankees and their fielding and their errors and all this stuff. Boston looked like they weren't even interested in playing that game. Some of the stuff that you saw them do in the field, it was embarrassing. So what was the juice in this series? That was an important game. That was a pivotal game for these teams. Because if the Red Sox thought they could catch the Yankees, which how could they not think they could catch the Yankees? They should think they can catch the Yankees. Roman Anthony just came back. They're getting healthy. And instead, they give you a performance like, no, we're all set. We don't even want to be here. We just want to get out of here. So I think most of the emotion was in the Boston broadcast booth.
Oh, yeah.
And within the fans that were on social media.
Ray-Ro.
Because other than that, you can't tell me that the Yankee-Red Sox rivalry is real anymore. It feels like it's dead because that should have created a lot more emotion in the game and post-game than it did. That game did not feel like it had anything on the line for either team. Saturday, the first game, also had that same feel from a Yankee perspective. The shrug game, right? Where, well, what are you going to do with your bullpen? And all Boone could do was shrug. It's like, come on. It's Yankees-Red Sox. This means more.
It doesn't have to be like
this goes beyond the numbers.
It doesn't have to be every other doubleheader throughout the season.
No, it goes beyond the numbers when these two teams play each other. At least that's what you want to believe. And it used to be that way. It doesn't exist right now. Now, if they play each other, which it seems like they're going to, they play each other in a postgame in a wild card round like they did 2 years ago or last year. I'm losing track of time. Will that have a little more juice? You kind of hope, but no. There was nothing there. So people are going to get upset. People are going to argue back and forth about that play, about the two steals. But just keep reminding yourself that there was no juice on the field about it. So why the hell are you mad? Why did it matter to you if the players had zero reaction to it? Will Fleming, Will Middlebrooks on EI.
They're the radio team for the Red Sox.
That's right. They were the ones that
also,
were...
really quick, can you set the scene for everybody in case there's anyone who is running around with family all weekend?
7-1.
7-1.
All right. And 7-1 became 7-1 because it was a fly ball that Jazz hit, coincidentally, that it looked like an amazing play by the center fielder. But when you watched it back, his glove came down, trapped the ball, then rolled over. So he claimed he caught it, but it pretty clear. And it was on the field called that he trapped it. So safe. That would have, again, that's a pivotal moment. So, of course, the replay shows that he does trap it, but it extends the inning, and the next thing you know, Elliot Ramos hits a 3-run home run, and now all of a sudden we're breaking this thing open. And it's 7-1 now. Now we go to the next inning. Jazz gets on. They're not protecting him. And he steals second. Now he's sitting on second.
Same thing.
Very next pitch. They're not even looking at him. No one's holding him on nothing. Takes third. He needed 2 stolen bases to get to 40. That's his 2 stolen bases. The scorer gave him stolen bases, not defensive indifference. And you would think a 6-run deficit.
By the way, how does the scorer make the decision on defensive
indifference? It really is arbitrary.
Like that's.
I know. I completely agree.
Because if you watch it, it is
there's no one holding
indifference.
him on.
It's
there's no one holding him on.
I got no problem with it. Get your stolen bases, my G. But
yeah,
they're not trying.
Right.
But anyways,
so the thing that I kept thinking was as I'm watching it is it is 6 runs. The Red Sox have a history of coming back. We know bullpens in Major League Baseball. You bring the wrong guy in, it can blow up really fast. Like, there's no given here. And you're trying to bury a rival. You're trying to win this game. You get as many runs as you can. The fact that they weren't holding him on at first and then didn't even bother looking at him at second was kind of bizarre to me. In a way, I'm like, are you guys really waving the white flag already? And clearly they were. Now, the booth got upset, like you mentioned, the radio booth for the Red Sox as they were calling the game. They didn't like it.
Chisholm's doing it again.
By the way,
this is what he does.
Look, you're up 6. It's the 8th. The team is electing not to hold you on. That's the white flag, right? And normally in that situation,
you don't run.
You don't run.
Wouldn't you sort of like to see Moran drill Wells right here?
That's tough.
Infield's coming in.
It's just that's selfish play.
Oh, that's right.
That's just padding your stats.
Well, he's a bush
But
league
guess
player.
what? I mean,
it's not even a steal.
It was the ground ball. That's right. They brought the infield in, and it was like this soft ground ball that just got by them, like Goldschmidt. Like it was, if they weren't playing up, they would have been able to get that ball. But they all of a sudden now the infield came in, and it wasn't like this big hit at that moment, right? But then Wells hits a home run, and Will Fleming takes it a step further.
I don't know what else you need to hear. The 3-2 is drilled into right field. It is way back, and it is gone. And Moran should fight Chisholm. He's walking toward the third base line, staring at him there. Chisholm trots home. It's a 2-run homer, and it's 9-1. Well, it's as if we needed a little extra vinegar for what feels like an inevitable postseason series. There it is. It's 9-1 New York. Chisholm, I'm going to say it, he plays the game the wrong way.
Yeah, like they were really going after him. But, Moran, the pitcher, was having his own problems already at that point, right?
Well, and in the end, he gave up a 2-run homer. So if Jazz had sat on first, guess what? Yeah. It's still a 2-run home run.
7-1 makes it 9-1, as you see the home run. And then just all this stuff was going on. Now, even on their TV broadcasts, Lou Maroney, who was on with Michael Kay, I think, Friday. On Friday's show.
Sure.
He also wasn't thrilled with Jazz not just taking second, but the fact that then he took third on the very next pitch attempt.
This right here, I didn't know he was playing behind him. I thought he was keeping him close. I got a problem with that. 7-1 ball game. If I'm playing behind you, I'm telling you we're good. And then to take third base on the very next pitch, too, just to get to 40, that would upset me a little bit. If I'm keeping you close, I'm telling you we're in it, whatever. I'm good with you stealing a bag. But when I'm playing behind you and you steal a bag, and then you turn around and steal third in the very next pitch, like...
Yeah, bad form.
I thought Sogi was actually keeping him close, but he's playing behind him. You don't do that.
So they're upset. Now, the players, there's no reaction. There's no yelling. You would think that there'd be some yelling back and forth, something, right? Jazz is on third. He's right by their dugout. You would think there would have been something happening that you felt like umpires had to calm people down. Maybe some people would have taken to the top step, maybe some yelling. Nothing. Even after the game, there wasn't much even said about it after the game. So Michael Kay just earlier today talked to Aaron Boone, and This is actually what went down behind the scenes. Listen from start to finish. This will explain everything now.
Amazingly enough, nobody asked him after the game about it. None of the cameras on Nesson or Yes picked this up. But this is from the horse's mouth. Jazz walks to start the 8th inning. As he's running down to first base, Boone says, "You're shut down. Don't steal." Jazz nods. Now Boone sees that the Red Sox are playing behind him, and he yells toward Chad Tracy, the interim manager of the Red Sox, in the dugout, No. You can't have it both ways. You either hold them on and we won't run, or if you're going to not hold them on, we are going to run." And he's yelling this across the diamond, and Tracy didn't react. So the first baseman still is playing behind Jazz Chisholm. And at that point, Boone points to Jazz and says, "Go. Steal." And his reasoning is this: I am 2 batters in the 9th inning from bringing in David Bednar. He goes, "That run's important. Now, if you're going to hold me on, I'll say, okay, that's cool." He said, "They didn't hold me on, so I told Jazz to steal second, and then when he's on second, they're not even checking him. I said, you steal third." And then Boone said, "If it was so unimportant that you wouldn't hold him on, why'd you bring the infield in when he was at third base?"
Now, does that all make sense? Because now it explains a lot. What I don't understand now, this is from a Red Sox perspective. What was Chad Tracy doing? If Boone's yelling across
the possible he just didn't hear what he said?
Come on.
I can't. Come on. I don't know what it feels like in a stadium when one person screams across. I can't. Is it what necessarily 100% clear?
What really is amazing is that a lot of times the field mics pick up all this stuff. So far, unless John Boy has something somewhere, which they usually always find at those guys,
there's not there.
It doesn't seem like it's there. But once again, there's no reaction from any players. Nothing. No one's saying anything to him. No one's talking to him. No one from their dugouts yelling. He's on third base. He's literally right by their dugout. No one saying a word. Home run hits. He crosses home plate. Nothing. Right?
Well,
nothing. The pitcher's not saying. Like
in the
radio
broadcast,
looked at him, but that's it.
Yeah, in the radio broadcast, they made it sound like they stared him down.
No, it was the pitcher. It was Moran just kind of looked at him, I guess, and they were trying to imply that he was like looking at him like he was annoyed at him. But there was nothing said. There was nothing done. So again, like how I understand. Jazz is doing this. He wants to get his steals. That's fine. But how is this anything about the Yankees? How is this the Yankees, the unwritten rule part of the game? Right? How is this that the Yankees broke some unwritten rules? That Jazz was selfish? Carlin was talking about this earlier in the show, earlier in the day on his show, when he said like there's an unwritten rule, you just don't do it. The Jazz was doing it for himself. He wanted to get to 40 stolen bases. He saw they weren't holding him on, so he just went. But we hear this from Kay after now. How could you possibly say anything other than, well, the Red Sox were being passive, and Boone made it clear, no, we're not doing this. Like, we're not, like, because you're just not going to hold them on, we're up, it's 7-1. Now we're supposed to just concede the game too? We don't know. What if you put a couple on in the 9th? Now we feel pressure. You're a team that can come back. We respect your offense.
Right. Whereas if we get it to 9-1,
we're going to bury you.
Then we can just be
done.
Yeah,
but if you're holding them on, okay, well, you're holding them on. So we want to just play it safe. We want to be conservative. But you're not holding him on. He shouldn't take the base. You're going to give me runs? I'm not going to take them? So I'm still trying to figure out the vitriol towards the Yankees in this whole thing and towards Jazz in this whole thing. Now, to be clear, Fleming did take to social media from the radio broadcast and did say that he did apologize for the things he said they were out of line, that he was a little emotional, and he shouldn't ever suggest that a player should get hit or that players should fight. And it's the right thing for him to do. It was a classy thing to do. And it happens. You're in a broadcast. I'm sure he's watching the Red Sox as a Red Sox broadcaster. And he's probably saying, what the hell are we doing?
Does anybody care about anything here?
Yeah. Where's the life in our team? Because that you didn't see that in the Red Sox. Once that inning turned against them, when that call turned into a trap instead of an out, and then it really just kind of blew up from there, it almost took the life out of them. And as I said, I don't understand why this series wasn't handled differently than it's just another series in August. It's Yankees-Red Sox. It did matter who won the series because it would have then led to winning the season series, which still could be a tiebreaker for who gets to host if they play each other in the wild card. It mattered this series. It was the first series of significance that we're going to have. There's going to be a bunch more now coming in September. But this was the first one, Peter. I don't get it. But I don't know why everybody was mad. But my problem is I'm more annoyed at the fact that Boston didn't put up a fight. Didn't seem to care. That bothers me more than anything because it just tells me there's nothing between these two teams anymore.
You have to remember, it's not surprising. It's not surprising that the announcers are the ones who get emotional because they're the ones that are here to see this year in, year out.
Right.
The players hear about it. Oh, yeah, they know the Red Sox and Yankees of the early 2000s was a thing, but they don't feel it in their bones yet because it hasn't been. And it sucks because
maybe because they haven't played. Well, no,
but yesterday could have been, and yesterday should have been, like, if everything had played out the same way, frankly, but if the Red Sox were really about that life, had gotten into it with Jazz, now we're having a conversation. Yeah. But we don't even have that.
No, we don't even have.
And now we heard they talked afterwards. Jazz and Moran talked afterwards. Who cares? Why'd they need to talk?
That's what I mean. We don't even have.
We can't have anything.
When he crossed home plate, that Rushman just kind of like stared at him or stood by the plate and just glared at him. But he just showed up too. So I mean, it's just strange. It really is. That's a very odd thing that you would expect there'd be some heat, and there was absolutely no heat between these two teams whatsoever. And they'll play each other again, just like they did last year, and it'll be the same thing. I mean, the only guy that seems to have any type of fire playing against this team is Cam Schlittler. Friday, man, he had no choice but to be perfect. They scored 1 run for him. He still won the game because he loves beating his hometown team. He's the one guy that you know there's a little something extra because of who he's playing against. And you love that. But for everybody else, no, it's just a series in August. And I hate that. All right, we got a lot of you that want to comment on this and more. 800-919-3776. Want to hear from you about this because now that we have some clarity about it, does it change your opinion, your outlook about it? But more importantly, do you agree with me? I mean, I watched every game all weekend. There was just no juice, no real juice in this series whatsoever. Why didn't it matter to either of these teams the way it used to? Why didn't it matter to them like it does to us? What's happened to Yankees-Red Sox? Stay with us. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
ESPN New York and MSG Network are joining forces.
Big news, Jazz hands.
Start your mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg, live on the MSG Network. Then stick around for Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg, live on MSG every afternoon.
We are beyond excited to start simulcasting on MSG Networks.
So think about this real quick second. You got us in the morning 6 to 10. You got our afternoon show 3 to 7. And then right after that, you're talking Knicks, you're talking Rangers.
Yo, yeah. You wake up, you pop it on again, and there we are, waiting for you. Good morning.
ESPN New York and MSG Network, together like never before. It all starts Tuesday, September 8th.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Dave Portnoy here. Something big is coming. September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day. We're talking massive deals, exclusive offers, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. Whatever you're betting, DraftKings Game Day has deals dropping all day long. One app, every sport. So mark the date, September 2nd, new season, new era, DraftKings Game Day. Get pumped.
Get ready to celebrate. New DraftKings customers. Sign up with promo code WHSQ. That's code WHSQ. Spend $5 to get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code WHSQ. In partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 and over. New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. $50 in non-withdrawable bonus bets issued every 7 days via click-to-claim for 21 days. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promo. Limited time offer.
Right now, police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals and use crosswalks. And drivers, yield to pedestrians in crosswalks. If you don't, we will educate you on the law, and you may get a ticket, because tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Tricon Construction is growing across New Jersey, delivering larger, more complex commercial projects with the precision today's developers expect. Because when the timelines, capital, and reputation are all on the line, you need more than a contractor. You need a true construction partner. Tricon brings experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team built around accountability and execution. From planning to completion, they build with purpose, professionalism, and pride. For serious commercial projects, build with Tricon. Visit triconbuilds.com. That's triconbuilds.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. We're going to start off in Jersey. Definitely want to stay away from 22 westbound over by Blois Street in Hillside. Cleaning up an overturned tanker truck. All lanes are out. Traffic is stopped there from 1 and 9 in Newark. Better off using westbound 78. Not too bad heading into the area. Inbound George, still have some road work on the upper deck, about 10 to 15 minutes from 80-95. Even better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Heading over to the outbound George, it's a great ride on the west side Highway in Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, stop and go from the Bronx River Parkway. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Hahn 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com. A bent tire rod can quickly bring a drive to a halt. For the parts needed to get back on the road, visit RockAuto.com. Find a wide selection of quality parts at reliably low prices. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owe the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $3 billion for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-480-6932. 800-480-6932. 800-480-6932.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Like, I went into this weekend fired up. Remember, we were talking about it, right? And I was saying how, like, this you want to see. This means something. This matters. You want to see a little bit of juice in the building. Like, you know, Schlittler gave it to you, although that game had no offense whatsoever. But he pitched really well. And then Saturday was the split that Anthony predicted. The Yankees kind of had the shrug game in the first one where they didn't really have much of a bullpen to use, and so it was sort of, hey, Fried's going to give us as much as he can, and after that, shrug. They ended up getting smoked later in that game because the bullpen wasn't good. And then they win the nightcap, which set up for Sunday, felt like a bit of a must-win. What I liked is that the lineup, despite having the lefty, Suarez, is that you kept Garcia in there. You had to, and he's been delivering, which was good to see. And you know who else delivered? A big delivery. Elliot Ramos.
There you go.
He hadn't really had a big moment until he hit that big 3-run home run. You know, he says he doesn't remember at all after hitting the home run.
I don't know if I remember anything. I blacked out. I honestly blacked out. But as soon as I hit it, I was like, oh, my God, about time. I needed that. Yeah.
No, big deal for him, obviously. And Will Warren, let's shout at him. Got to the 8th inning, and he was outstanding. Terrific start for Will Warren.
What will happen with Will Warren?
Oh, yeah. It's Feels bullpen.
Feels bullpen, right?
I mean, if everybody's healthy, you have your 4 that you expect to be your main starters in the playoffs. He's a guy, though, that you can turn to for long relief, matchup, whatever it is. But it was important that he had himself a solid start in an important game. He was fantastic. He got an ovation despite the fact that he gave up a run. But they let him go into the 8th. It's amazing. Baseball's crazy. Lights out for 7 innings. Walk out on the field for the 8th inning, and 2 batters, it's double, game over. Like you're out. Like you lose it it's just crazy how that can happen. But still, had to shout him out as well. Great performance. But everybody's talking about Jazz stealing 2 bases. Red Sox really saying nothing about it. Their broadcasters saying a lot about it. And Michael Kay explaining, Aaron Boone said he yelled over to Chad Tracy, you're not going to hold him on, then all bets are off. Like, that's not how this works. We're not going to concede. And so he let Jazz steal those bases. Jazz gets the 40 stolen bases. Wells hits a 2-run shot, and now the rout is on for the Yankees, who ended up it was a complete blowout. The most runs they've scored against the Red Sox in 26 years. Pretty crazy, right?
How many years?
I believe 26 years. 2000, I thought I saw as a stat.
Did not. That surprised me.
Yeah. You have a rundown, don't you?
I do. Yeah. Now you have my rundown.
Let me make sure.
Take a look.
I guarantee
you. Anthony does the work, for God's sake.
Largest win over the Red Sox since June 19th, 2000.
What's that reverse? What's the reverse? How many times have the Red Sox beat the Yankees by that margin?
For a point.
That's what I wonder.
Well, 22-1 was that score. That's serious. So the 15-run differential, plus 15 run differential, ties for the Yankees largest at home versus the Red Sox.
All right.
So, yeah. So this was, but again, let's all keep in mind, too, that it was a position player who was pitching in the ninth because.
In 2019, the Red Sox won a game 19-3 at Fenway.
All right. Plus 16.
Like you nightmare about.
That is a nightmare. But everybody wants to talk about it, so let's talk about it. 800-919-3776. Let's start with Earl in Brooklyn. Earl, you're up first.
Hey, Hans, what's up, big fella?
What's
How
up,
you doing?
Good.
Peter.
Yo.
You getting gangster with your little talk. You getting gangster with your little talking about if Boston they ain't built like that, huh?
What do you mean?
But listen, you said they ain't built like that if they wanted to do whatever.
Oh,
but my thing is,
nobody is.
Why is the announcers talking about hitting the batter? That's not good.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Yeah,
that's
he
not acceptable.
Apologized.
That's not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, there's no apology that you can say to that.
Well,
there's no apology. My radio station will never say that. My guys I'm talking to now will never say that.
No,
Whether
I don't
they
think
hate the team or not.
I agree. Now,
Okay?
I agree.
And you wouldn't get that from
Michael is not going to on the air say they should throw at them. He would.
He did point out. I was watching the game on Yes. He and Cone did talk about it. How they're not going to hold him on. Take the base like that.
But
it's 6 runs.
This is the Major League Baseball. This is MLB. These are professionals.
But it's also
They're
6
playing
runs
to win something.
Yeah,
I agree.
6 runs is nothing.
I agree.
6 runs is nothing. You know that. I heard you say in the beginning that you put in the wrong pitcher. You got second and third, 1 out, double. Now you got a 6-3 ball game. Now what we talking about?
Yeah, how often does
That's
that?
Right.
Ninth inning.
I agree, and it's too important of a game. Tiebreaker season series game.
It's too important of a game.
It means something. So
right.
I don't get why they were conceding. I don't get why they weren't holding them on, Earl. Thank you. I don't understand any of that stuff. It doesn't make sense to me. But that's what they were doing. And I think that's when Boone claims through Kay that he shouted across to Chad Tracy, the manager of the Red Sox, and told him, like, no. If we're not gonna play this way, if you're not gonna hold him on, then he's getting a green light. And that I need to now hear from him. Well, why did you guys do that? What were you conceding? It was only 6 runs. You could say, well, 6 runs. Today's game, with the way pitching is, especially the Yankee bullpen at times, how tired it's gotten, I don't get it. Frank and Syosset, what's up, Frank?
Frank. I just find it very, very concerning that Boone would express his strategies with the opposing team's manager at all. Just play your game. If they're hanging back and they don't want to hold them on, I wouldn't say anything. You don't tell your enemy your strategy. That's ridiculous.
I don't know if that was it, though. But, Frank, I get what you're saying. I think what he's doing there, because there's that everybody knows the unwritten rule thing. Hey, look, we're conceding. So I think he's just letting Chad Tracy know, like, no. Just so you know, I'm letting you know that if you're going to do that, we're taking the base.
Right. It's more
he's
a warning.
Just telling him, don't blame me. Don't say anything that I did because you're the one that's conceding. I think that's what that was about. He was just sending him a warning.
It's obvious that, it's just obvious. If they're laying back, then Boone knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
And Tracy knows what Boone. Yeah, I mean, it's just, it doesn't need to be said. And I'm surprised the umpires allow that crosstalk between the dugouts.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised about that also.
Well, I need to hear more about it.
Oh, I think a lot more than that. A lot more than that happened.
Nick Swisher pitched.
Yeah.
Nick Swisher pitched. Remember Swisher?
Yes.
He pitched.
I know.
He pitched.
But
nobody feels sorry for us. Nobody feels sorry for us.
No, of course not. But Frank, here's the thing.
Run out of gas with Frank.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was trying.
I know. It's just there was a timing thing that was driving me insane.
Syosset guy. I wanted to give him an extra second. But it was more of just
Nick Swisher pitched.
Yeah, we heard. It's, to me, I am surprised because umpires, if there was back and forth, will generally tell everybody to calm down, right? If he heard yelling back and forth, a lot of times you will see an umpire kind of just tell everybody to calm down. That didn't happen, Peter.
Right.
Now, I need to get Chad Tracy's side of this thing because if you're yelling across, there was nobody that said anything back. Right. There was no reaction from Boston at all. All right, more of your calls, 800-919-3776. Everybody's passionate about this. But you know what else I'm passionate about, Peter? Rings End. Of course. Yes. You know how much I love Rings End. They have worked with my contractor, Michael Weldon, on a beautiful French door for a project we did at the house, and it was seamless. It was flawless. It was perfect. So why Rings End? Well, because they work with pro contractors like my guy Michael, who build and remodel for a living. So if the pros trust them, I can trust them, and now I'm telling you, you can too. They have premium brands, not just in doors, but in windows and decking, paint, lumber, kitchens, everything you need to update and upgrade your home. They do it right. They don't do it over. They have built-to-last high-end product lines that all the contractors like my guy Michael Weldon rely on. Here's the best part. They're not some big national chain, right? They don't really know you. They just mass-produce everything. They have regional expertise. They have 8 full-service lumber yards in Connecticut and Westchester County and 12 freestanding paint centers as well. They are family-owned and operate since 1902. That, of course, is 124 years in business to you and me. So if you can't make it to a store, but you are very interested in having your contractor work with Rings End, just shop online at ringsend.com. That's right, ringsend.com. More of your calls coming up. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
They built this station from the ground up. And now, for one afternoon, they're back together. Michael Kay and Don LaGreca, the 2 longest tenured voices in ESPN New York history, reunite for a special 2-hour broadcast celebrating 25 years of ESPN New York. 25 years. 2 legends. 1 conversation you won't want to miss. Thursday, September 3rd from 1 to 3 p.m. right here on ESPN New York and streaming live on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge, or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
This is the Michael K. Show.
You hear people saying, that's why Yankees should have got a reliever. Well, they tried. Everybody wanted George Lombard Jr., one of their top prospects. Would you have wanted to give up George Lombard Jr.?
Oh, they should have gotten Mason Miller.
Not available.
They should have got Morozan.
Not available. They did try. They knew they needed another arm in the bullpen, but you can't bankrupt your system to get another arm in the bullpen.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
It's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. Right now, Pella Windows and Doors of New Jersey is offering buy one, get one, 40% off windows and doors, and no payments, no interest for 24 months. Some restrictions may apply. See local showroom for details. Offer ends August 31st, 2026.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Okay, all signed up. Easy. Now let's run payroll. What the? Hey girl, I'm you with more gusto. Nice. Who's that? New social media manager. Hired and onboarded with gusto. And spoiler, we're kind of famous now. Wait, we're famous? Oh, well, I'm famous. Payroll, benefits, and HR. Designed and built for small businesses. Choose a future with gusto.
Fall is here, and the Home Depot has everything you need for an outdoor refresh. Start with quick gardening projects under $20, like bright mums, planters, and mulch that make your yard a standout. Power through leaf cleanup with the Ryobi 40-volt HP leaf blower from the Home Depot. Clear leaves from driveways, patios, and sidewalks with ease, so you can get back to enjoying the season. Whether it's a simple weekend DIY or a bigger backyard project, Labor Day savings help you do more for less at the Home Depot.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Wild story, right?
That is a great story.
One day I'll tell it on the air, but we're a couple years away from it, but it's a doozy.
That's a good story.
That's a good
4 o'clock hour, we're getting into football. The Jets have a backup quarterback, and it's going to be a rookie. And Cade Klubnik, that wasn't the best way to finish off your preseason, but they feel good about him.
But they saw enough.
I guess so, but still, it just feels tenuous when you have a veteran, an older journeyman veteran as your starting quarterback, and then you have a fourth-round rookie as your backup. It doesn't feel like this big safety net. That's been the history of the Jets. But we'll talk more about things going on with the Jets. But more importantly, major headlines with the Giants to get into as well. So 4 o'clock, we'll go through the rosters, the decisions that were made, and one really cool story that's just starting to develop on the football side. In the meantime, your Yankee calls. Yankees-Red Sox kind of ended in a whimper for the Red Sox. And even though it felt like there was some manufactured controversy about the Jazz Chisholm steals, the most upset people they weren't on the field. They were in the broadcast booth. It didn't even seem like the entire Boston media was as upset about it. It was very strange, and it says a lot about the state of the Red Sox-Yankees rivalry, which once used to literally draw blood. And now it barely boils blood.
I was there, right?
You were where?
Oh, I was at the one.
Pedro versus Zim?
Oh, I sure was.
Where were you?
In the bleachers with my Boston cousins.
From Boston.
It was a time, dude.
That had to have been.
That was a
You know what told me
fantastic
I'll tell you what. You know what told me yesterday that it was dead? Anthony, I don't know if you were still watching in the ninth, but one of the home runs that were hit went out, and they caught it in the outfield, in the bleachers. And it was two Yankee fans wearing Yankee jerseys, and then a Red Sox fan with a Red Sox jersey. So a Yankee fan catches the home run. The Red Sox fan is pumping his fist, smiling and laughing. Dead. Like your team is getting embarrassed. You're getting walked. And they just hit another home run off of your position player. Now, I understand, like, at that point now, it's nobody, you were giving the game away, fine. But there's got to be some shred of pride in you that can't be seen on camera. Celebrate. Even if that's your best friend who caught the home run, you can't be seen celebrating.
No.
You're wearing a Red Sox jersey. Should rip it right off his back, there.
We are living in strange times.
We just never, ever saw things like that. Let's take Winston in Manhattan. Winston, you're up next.
Thank you guys for taking my call. I understand the sexy thing to talk about is about what the broadcaster said regarding the play. But if you were to look objectively from either side, I don't care if you are a Yankee fan, a Boston fan, or just a baseball fan. If this was to break a record, let's say it was Derek Jeter stolen base record for a year.
Right.
And the last game of the season, do you think that by him stolen second, this would have been awarded anyway a stolen base? Because by any definition, and you can look it up yourself, or the official baseball rule, this would have not been awarded a stolen base because it is totally defensive indifference. But again, I understand the topic. But if this was a meaningful stolen base for the Yankees itself, for the history of Yankees, in this case, I'm putting the most extreme example. Derek Jeter, a stolen base record for a season, let's say. And he's breaking it, and that's the most in a season for somebody like that. I know that's not a record, but just you like to play a scenario. I'm playing this scenario for you guys to bring it up.
Well, Winston, I appreciate it. And the explanation that I understand I had heard was the fact that I believe Moran did step off and try to make the play. And like he broke contact with the rubber, which showed that he was active. He didn't completely ignore him. And so that's not defensive indifference. So the official score saw that as he looked, but the third baseman never went to third to cover the base. So he had nobody to throw to.
No. I'm not talking about the third base, stolen base. I'm talking about
second,
assuming that the record was for the first baseman playing behind him where basically
the very first time, the very first one you're talking about where he wasn't being held on.
Yes, I'm not talking about the one on second.
Yeah.
The one that is obvious that he's playing behind him.
Yeah.
You can look it up. You have many researchers over there on ESPN. You can look it up. In this particular situation, in almost any other game, this would not have been awarded a stolen base.
Yeah,
the sexy thing.
I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. I know what you're suggesting.
Thank you, Hahn.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I'm saying the 1 to third, which looked even worse because he literally just ran right after on the next pitch. That one was awarded because he did at least break contact with the rubber, looked at third, but there was nobody guarding third. Like I said, the Red Sox just mentally looked out of it. Like they weren't even reacting. So I guess what Winston's saying is when the first baseman's playing behind him, you're conceding the base.
Right.
You're not holding him on. He's wondering why is that a stolen base is not defensive indifference.
Well, that's what we said earlier.
Yeah, it's the discretion of the score.
You would think sheerly by making that move, that's automatically showing that you're
we're giving up the base.
That's giving up the base.
Which
same as an intentional walk. Well, it's
but it also happens. Let's say you're in the bottom of the ninth and there's 2 outs and you're up 2. You don't care about that run.
Correct.
Right? Like you don't care. Like you only care about the runner. You only care about the batter. Just got to get him out because whatever happens on the bases doesn't matter. That one run doesn't mean anything. It's the second one that matters. And so there is that defensive indifference in that case. So what he's asking is why wasn't it in that case when he was on first and they weren't holding him on? That's a discretion of, again, that's the official score. I'd have to get a better explanation of it than that. But people are really – it's amazing how much everyone's reacting to the play. I'm more annoyed that there was just no emotion. Everybody else has emotion for this whole situation. Everybody cares one way or another. It seemed like Boston didn't, and I don't know why. Dan and Mayapack. Dan, you're up next.
Hello?
Hey, Dan.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Hey. Great to talk to you guys, Alan and Peter.
Good to talk to you.
First-time caller.
Great.
I just had a thought about why Boone might have been upset that they weren't holding Jazz on first base. Because Wells hits a lot of ground balls to that side, and by playing back off of first base, maybe they were playing for double play a little bit, which is not necessarily giving up. I guess he's not holding him on, but see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. You're telling me they're playing the numbers, the percentages, and they're saying, well, he's going to ground it here and we'll be able to get a double play out of it rather than worry about holding him on.
Yeah, I mean,
but see what happens, though, is now you allow Jazz, who's a base stealer, to steal a base. By doing that, you're not holding him on. So you're not getting the double play if you do that, right?
No, you're right.
Yeah. So one way or another, you're going to –
It doesn't really make any sense.
I know. I still can't. I said, Dan, I'm telling you, and thanks for the call, and thanks for calling in. Don't make it your last time. For the life of me, I just didn't understand their attitude, and it was from the moment that call on the field of the trap on that fly ball. Once that went against the Red Sox, they challenged, it went against them. From that point forward, it was as if they just were like, forget it. It's over. Like they just let go at that point. And I don't understand it. It's Yankees-Red Sox.
But I guess the question
mattered.
The question is, though, is this more about the Yankees and Red Sox, or is this a continuing conversation about how baseball and all sports have changed? Like, can you run a through line between this?
But
they canceled the Pro Bowl last week. Like people, these are not. Things have changed, man.
We need to put a pin in this because where you're going there is now another level to this conversation. We get past now the Jazz plays, the stolen bases and all that stuff. Boone told his story. Hopefully at some point, Chad Tracy will tell his side of it. But right now, what you just said is definitely something we need to discuss later on. We'll get back into this story and back into those calls as well. But coming up, all right, we have some rosters set in the NFL. We have the return of a legend that could shake the whole league. And we have the return of a giant it's like the prodigal son almost, right?
It's even more.
Sounds like
it's more complex than that, though. It's got layers. That's what I love about it.
Yeah, and so the return of Odell, official with the Giants, and more. coming up next. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Good Karma Sports is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with Good Karma Sports, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmasports.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmasports.com.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com. Protecting your home inside and out.
Hey, New York and New Jersey. Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever. Meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
Football is almost back. You did the homework. Now put it to use where it counts. Join the Poly Market community where you can trade live in-game and exit when you want. See what other fans think, find the predictions you think they've got wrong, and take your position. Just download the Poly Market app and use promo code LINEBACKER. Deposit $10 and get $20 to trade instantly. 18 plus only. See Poly Market's terms of service for more information about restrictions and eligibility. The Poly Market app is an independent affiliate of Poly Market US and not CFTC regulated. Trading always involves risk. Complete loss can occur.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
ESPN New York is your home for the world champion New York Knicks. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
All right, it's 4:02 in the big city with Peter Rosenberg. I'm Alan Hahn. Don LaGreca off for a couple of days here. You'll hear him next with Michael Kay on Thursday. Big 25th anniversary show. They'll be reunited together. I think they'll get through 2 hours without like one Don rant. You know, Michael can like get him going.
I don't see there being a topic that's so,
Oh, there's always something. Remember, if Don hasn't talked sports, think about it. It'll be five.
What do you think Alcaraz's jacket? It's kind of fire.
That's a jacket?
Yeah, it's like a little, he's wearing like
Nike. It's like a button-up brown mesh. Oh, it's short sleeves. That looks like a shirt.
It's like a hitting. It's almost like a hitting shirt for a tennis player.
Right? Yeah. I don't hate it. Nike makes like the
Why is
best.
Travis Scott in the...
Why not?
Travis
actually,
Scott
the whole
at the U.S. Open is... Maybe he played in that.
Here's the other thing, too. The Ralph Lauren stuff for Wimbledon and for the U.S. Open.
Yeah. What, fire?
Oh, my God.
Well, that's one of the reasons.
I know Ralph Lauren's like an old man, like brand.
The main reason I go most years is to get merch. And it depends. I've been trying to get more specific about what I actually think is worth it. Last year, I don't think I got anything. There was nothing that blew me away.
Okay.
But some years, man, they have stuff there that is so dope. Like if you've never been to the U.S. Open, it is like such an elite, hoity-toity, foofy event that like half of what there is to do there is like upscale clothing shopping. Like that's like what the event is.
Yeah,
there's so many stores. It's all stores, and it's a tennis crowd, and it's people buying tennis gear for the year.
Mm-hmm.
People like to play wearing their U.S. Open hats, and it's such a weird. The tennis and golf merch thing is its own weird.
But
thing.
You're right, because it's not like you could wear. That's the funny thing too. It became a thing for a while because Tiger did this. He brought fashion to the sport. And then people started wearing a lot of the stuff, the Tiger stuff and the Nike golf stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, but it's not like business casual. It's golf. You come into work looking like you're going to play golf.
Alan, you know perfectly well
Don't
that
dress like you're playing golf.
Everyone who works at this office dresses this way. Why are you saying this?
It doesn't make sense. No, you can't say that, Anthony. You're wearing jeans.
No, Anthony, not you.
It doesn't
Although
count.
he's guilty of wearing some of the shirts. But this office, I've never been to a place.
Jake, am I right or wrong?
Jacob would be kicked off all of these golf courses.
Oh yeah, they would have escorted me out.
Yeah, he's wearing like ice cream jeans that I gave him with a picture of a dog on the crotch. It's a different kind of thing. But people here just love to wear the golf look, and I'm like we love Jefferson. Jefferson's one of my favorite guys.
Well, he loves golf,
and he loves golf. But you can't dress every day like you're on the golf course. You got to save it for the golf course.
You really do have that like, and you don't want to be that guy, but it's almost like they walk by and say, "Hey, hit him straight."
I know. I know.
Or you want to check the lie?
Like, yo, do you have any teas? You got any teas on you?
You check your pockets. I guarantee you have a marker. You have a marker?
You got a marker?
You got a marker?
I don't know where that.
If you're like here, by the way, PSA. If you're a man of
of girth,
no. Why would you say that? I'm talking about like a grown man. You have a job, like and you work in an office, and it's summer, and I know you don't want to you can't wear a full like a sport coat. You want to just stay cool. I understand, but look in the mirror and ask yourself: does it look like I'm about to tee off? If it does, it's probably time to change your look. Because you might not realize you did it. Because you're thinking, pants, it's nice, thin, moisture-wicking material. The shirts are very cool, right? Some of them have nice patterns. But it's for the golf course.
That's exactly right.
Like a nice button-up, man. You could do it. Little linen. Work some linen into you know what I mean? It's okay.
Yeah, but once it's just a khaki pant,
that's why,
or like that material that's like what is the golf pant material? It's like that,
It's like some kind of a what do they call that? Tech, something tech.
Yeah, it's like sport tech. Yeah. But by the way,
stretch.
It's like very stretch. That's right. But by the way, while we're speaking about this, I mean, Don sent us the picture of him this weekend, hanging out with Kevin Smith.
Yeah,
lovely photo with the family.
Yeah, great.
Don is wearing
what?
A 98.7 polo out in the wild. I mean, it's one.
This man has Robert Graham stuff now. Really nice. I mean, we're talking about fashion. He's got a bunch of polo shirts. He's got button-ups. He got himself a great wardrobe.
And yet he wears, it's
a
almost
polo
the
like
equivalent.
That should be, I'm washing the car. I'm painting the house.
Well, no, or
throw that on.
Or
I'm working.
Or they wanted me to go be a reporter for the station at the Knicks parade. So I'm
gotta wear the shirt.
Now, it's one notch away. Wearing that in the wild. If you're Don LaGreca. I bought I got Natalie the Mitchell and Ness black Piazza hitting shirt this weekend. Piazza was like her favorite player as a kid.
Okay.
Remember, she's a fraud. But she leans Mets. She actually admitted to me this weekend.
She now leans Mets.
She admits that like even though she is New York, she does feel like a bit of a fraud when she wears Yankee stuff because Mets were her first team.
Oh, yeah.
So we're getting somewhere with her.
Yeah.
But I got her the black Piazza hitting shirt. It's awesome.
I know it. Yeah, that's nice.
Don wearing the 90. It's almost like Piazza wearing that out in the wild. I mean, you're wearing your jersey.
Like imagine seeing Jalen Brunson just like, walking into the garden.
Wearing a shooting shirt.
And he's got his Knicks shooting practice shirt on.
Yeah, it has his name on the back. It's casual.
I will say this: working all these years with Chris Canty, when Canty was still in the NFL, he was team issue guy.
Oh, those guys.
CC would always have Baltimore Ravens stuff on all the time. It's easy. Just throw it on. Team issue guy.
Well,
so when you're playing, I think it's fine. But after that,
no, you know what? I'm not giving
athletes
Canty,
do this,
but I'm not giving Canty the pass.
Because now he dresses great. But I'm saying when he was a player.
But Canty was doing it for the same reason Don's doing it.
Lazy?
Yes. You don't want to put one thought into how you look in public. And listen, in some ways I respect it, you know, but to me, I know I'm a man of limited, there's some things I'm lacking in. So when I'm out, like, if I'm like, not when I'm walking around the neighborhood. You see me on the Upper West Side walking around straight up houseless adjacent. I'm Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
But this is a thing, because first of all, I am like this. If Don was meeting me for dinner after the show or something, like whatever it was, if he showed up and he was wearing the 98.7 polo, before we went to the restaurant, I'd say, let's go to this gentleman's store. Let's just get you a shirt real quick.
Yeah, we can't.
Like, we're not going to sit here. We're not going to do that.
Yeah, you can't be seen
I feel like I almost want to take Nancy aside and say, Nancy, can we purge his closet?
But by the way, she must not love when he wears those shirts. Because she buys him shirts.
Yes. So, again, all part of the conversation. But if you're one of these guys and you like wearing, it's the summer, I get it. Just take a look in the mirror, and if it looks like someone should yell for, you might want to update the wardrobe a little bit.
All right, so let's talk about the football, though.
Yeah, let's do
because
that.
we have a couple of really interesting stories unfolding.
So can we go back in time? Do you want to go back in time?
The time machine.
Do you have Don LaGreca?
Oh, you want to start there? Why you start negative?
You don't want to start. Well, I just want to get that out of the way before we get into like really the more fun story.
Let me see if I have these.
Do you remember the date of this?
It's like 3 years ago now. Is it up to 3 years? Because we were in the old. Maybe it's 2 years. I don't want to overstate it.
2 years.
That's when we booed his ass?
Yeah. October 4th, 2023.
You have it on my page? Yeah, which page are they on? Oh, here's the whole rant. You want the whole...
Are you kidding me? I'd cut his ass. I would. How dare you? These people pay your salary. They pay an obnoxious amount of money to park, an obnoxious amount of money for PSLs, to sit there and watch this pap, and you call them hamburger flippers? What, you're so much better? I'd rather have a guy that's flipping hamburgers block than your piece of garbage ass. Who the hell are you to talk to fans like that? You piece of garbage. I hate when players do that. You're not above us. What, because you happen to play a sport? You're better than me? You're better than the people that pay your salary? These Giant fans were here before you, and they'll be here after your sorry ass is cut. What a piece of human trash. And I don't want to hear some apology. I don't want to hear, I was taken out of context. I didn't mean it. I don't want to hear, done. I would cut his fat ass. If you see him in the mall of Willowbrook, boo his ass. If you see him on the DMV, boo him. Don't stop booing him. If he goes to the Pro Bowl, boo him. If he wins a Super Bowl, boo his sorry ass. Screw that guy. We're not nobody. Flipping, how do you condescend to people that pay to watch you play? Poorly, I might add.
That was really good.
I mean, listen, the human garbage was strong.
I mean, it's strong, but he was...
And I won't accept an apology is also strong. Like, people do make mistakes, but let's not remove the gold of it.
So anyways, Don got
That's
his
Evan
wish.
Neal we're talking about.
Don got his wish today.
Yeah, it's official.
Evan Neal, the former first-round pick of the Giants from the 2022 draft, which, by the way, is not looking like a great draft. Joe Shane's first as a Giant GM wasn't great. He was cut. He did not make...
It's fat ass!
Yeah, he did not make the 53. And Tom Bauer did the work.
Thank you.
Since this rant, Neal played in 16 games.
Over 2 seasons?
Yeah. Well, the rest of the 23 season, the 24 season, and the 25 season. Remember, this was October when he was calling fans, they're flipping burgers and all that stuff.
Boo his ass!
So... 16 games, not a great availability.
Sorry ass.
They moved him from tackle into guard to just try to figure out a way to salvage anything they could from him. And John Harbaugh, who is all about the winning the line of scrimmage, building an offensive line, physicality, and all the things that you would think a high-level from Alabama offensive lineman should be. And Harbaugh said, I've seen enough. I'm good. And he gone.
Cut his fat ass.
Well, listen, we can't say we're shocked. This was a bad, but I'll tell you one thing that I really thought about. The 2 stories that made me think, man, there were so many mistakes in the pre-Shane era. The Jalen Hyatt pick.
Well, keep in mind.
Don't tell me this is Shane. This is Shane?
Well, Evan Neal is Shane. That's his first year.
Evan Neal's Shane. It's Shane's first one?
Mm-hmm. That's the Kayvon Thibodeau and then Evan Neal. Yeah, they had 2 top 10 picks.
What year is Jalen Hyatt? The next year?
Hyatt was Was Hyatt 24?
Hyatt's now on the practice squad.
Hyatt's young. Yeah, 23. All right, he was a first. They moved up into the first to get him the year after.
I mean, we have to be honest.
A third round.
Alan, we have to be honest though.
Who said that they moved up in the first round?
That was John being confused.
I said they moved up.
Oh.
It was a pick from Cleveland via Houston via the Rams.
Okay, either way, we're quick to heap praise on Shane and the things that we like about him. These are big demerits. I mean, these are tough ones. There's no way
why
around it.
you are where you are. When you don't hit in a draft as like this, it's just going to happen.
Cut his fat ass.
Okay, so on the flip side of that coin, though, you lose Evan Neal, which no one's shedding tears over.
Think about it. This draft had now Thibodeau's still around, but
there's question marks about whether he's worthy of a first-round pick.
They keep drafting edge rushers for a reason. Evan Neal's gone. Wan'Dale Robinson, he gone, right? This is that's the top of your draft right there.
Who are the top three?
Well, Thibodeau, Neal, and Wan'Dale Robinson.
Anyone else of note?
Daniel Bellinger, the tight end.
Mm-hmm.
He's of note. They got him in the fourth round in that draft.
All right. Well, he at least somewhat he did for where he was picked. He's been fine.
But
pretty sure he's a Titan now.
But he's not even on the team anymore.
No,
right?
He's
but he was
Charger.
last year though.
He's a Ram.
But they're pretty happy at tight end now.
So all right. So on the flip side of that coin, though, you're a Giant fan. I'm really curious where Giants fans are at with this. We have not talked to many fans about this story, and I want to put it out there to hear from you. Like, where are you at as Giants fans about the news that by hook or by crook, because I think the injury may have had something to do with it, but also good play, and I think what he can bring to the locker room has led to Odell Beckham Jr. becoming a part of the Giants this season.
Yeah.
And to me, these are the reasons that I love sports. Like, I love what happens on the field, but the same reason I love wrestling, Alan, I love a good story.
Yes.
And the Odell story,
yes,
to have been a guy where it ended really just, it went up in flames. All this potential, and then and then obviously an injury, but also the histrionics, the end of Tom Coughlin, the boat trip, the ill-fated boat trip, laying the egg in Green Bay, all of these things that led to the end of Odell.
Mm-hmm.
And
him getting lost. Like, because it started out. I mean, think about it. They drafted him. He didn't play early on because of the injury. Then when he stepped on the field, he was a meteor.
Magic.
And every Giant fan was like, whoa, we have not had something like this. And it was necessary because as the Giants got old, Eli was older, and they were getting further away from their championship. Last championship.
Cruz is at the way end of his career.
They needed some spark, something, and he was that. Thunderclap.
Biggest selling jersey by a mile.
But
that 13 was everywhere.
As often happens in this town.
Burn too bright.
He got hot fast and everybody wanted a piece of him. He certainly loved the spotlight, thrived in it, and then it just started to get out of control to a point where when you had a head coach like Tom Coughlin who was trying to control it, there was nothing he could do. And he lost that battle of wills. The Giants sided with the player, and things really unraveled from there. And Odell eventually leaves. Now he goes through injuries, but he does find himself again. I think he was somewhat of a redemption story, don't you think? When he ends up with the Rams,
oh yeah,
he does get a ring. He does have performances.
That was step one of the redemption. Him getting the ring, even though he was injured in the game and it stunk. Him getting to be a productive part of a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
He has a kid, he wins a championship, all those things. But now
But he had so much off the field distraction stuff happening in New York, and that was the thing. What happened is we all got, because there wasn't enough production wins, that was important too, is that everybody then just started looking at Odell the personality, not Odell the player.
Well, and let's be fair, our profession weighed heavily in that too.
Of course.
Like, he became a lightning rod that everyone wanted to talk about.
Because he was seen more on page 6 than he was on the back page.
Yeah, but I just don't want to remove the fact, like, for example,
he was a great player.
You would but let's just take the proposing to the net, okay?
Well, isn't that part of it though?
No, but
he got lost in himself.
For sure, but my point is that doesn't have to be the biggest thing ever. But because of the lightning rod that he is, and because of the media market that this is,
and because they were losing,
and most importantly, because they were losing,
because if they're winning, we're laughing about it. We think it's hilarious.
You would have thought that he harmed a child when he proposed to the net.
Yeah, but
it was he became a thing where everything.
It was conduct
became big.
unbecoming of a giant,
right?
Which we know.
I mean, guys, that was the Josh Brown era too. So let's all. Sometimes I'm not forgetting his name, right? Yeah, it was Josh Brown, right?
Okay, the kicker.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, real conduct unbecoming of the Giants was happening.
You're right about that.
And this is kind of small fries, but because Odell was such a lightning rod.
You know why, though? Again, you're bringing in Kardashian. You're bringing in a lot of the other things that came with him. He had an entourage all of a sudden. He was seen in L.A. and all. He's courtside at NBA games. He was being seen a lot, and the Giants weren't winning.
That's the main. And you keep saying that's the main part.
I'm telling you, that's all it is about. It's what I've told every athlete that I have gotten to meet in this city. If I've had 5 minutes with them, just one-on-one, just, shooting it, I always take that I always take a second. I go, listen, you may never remember me saying this, but I'm just going to say it. In this town, the only thing people care about, as much love as you're going to get for who you are, the only thing that anyone ever cares about is winning. When you're part of it, you will live forever. If you're not, you'll be forgotten. Some guys just kind of like shrug it off. Some guys take it to heart. But that's the realest thing you can say about playing in New York.
But that's what makes the Odell twist so interesting.
Well, that's what I like about.
Well, I'm listening to what you're saying. I'm listening to what you're saying, and it's true. Except Odell almost burned so bright for a moment, and the memories of good, particularly the catch, were so big that even though it didn't work out, and they didn't win, you got the sense when he checked into that first preseason game and you heard the applause from the crowd that he was not forgotten here. There is a feeling of we're happy to have you back. We want to see this end better.
Yeah.
Because we really liked you.
You know what this is?
We really liked you.
This is very similar to Carmelo Anthony. Melo, was it 2 years ago? There was 2 or 3 years ago. There was a thought of, would you come out of retirement, come play for the Knicks? Come back, play for the Knicks. They could have used him off the bench and all that stuff. And it was in the back of his mind, but he ended up, no. It wasn't going to happen. But it was a sense of just close it the right way. Because we know Melo's time here didn't end the way it should have. And he was loved, but then he was unloved.
Yep.
And it was mainly because he also burned bright. He burned hot. But he didn't win enough. And that happens in this town. Aaron Judge is going to start hearing it. He's going to start hearing it because he's loved and he's done everything. But if he never gets the win, the championship, now it helps that his teams win.
Right.
But it's still, from a Yankee standard, it's going to get to that point where it's you're going to have to deliver one of these years or we're going to start getting frustrated with you.
But that leash is much longer because A, they win, and B, zero histrionics with Aaron Judge.
Well,
he's the opposite.
It's a great point. But it's sort of like Melo. It's not the same. But Odell is now an interesting story this year on many levels because he is the prodigal son. He is back, and I think the Giant fans are embracing this story. And all you really need to see from him now, flash here and there. He does not have to put up prolific numbers.
Can I tell you, though?
A flash here and there.
I have a feeling, and we want to hear from you guys, Giants fans, 1-800-919-3776. I have a hunch from watching him during the preseason and still seeing that he's running crisp routes and can still – I have a hunch he's going to be more utilized maybe than we're expecting.
Than we think?
I especially if Neighbors starts to play, and assuming everything's okay.
You're expecting that.
If Neighbors is Neighbors – And they
got Likely, who they're gonna treat
who's gonna
him
be a great target too,
like a number 2 option.
But from what I saw from Neighbors before the injury, was as special a young talent as there is at the position.
Mm-hmm.
He could command a lot of attention, and Odell could find himself having to catch some important balls for this team
with the weaker corner.
That's the spot, man. And you can end up having a really big season. It could be 750, 800-yard season that you didn't expect just because you're on the opposite side of a huge stud. Now, one thing you hope he doesn't deal with is pain.
No.
Now, listen, I'm trying to deal with the pain in my life. Actually, I got to tell you, we're going to get into weekend recap next, and I'll tell you why some of the pain I have was flared up yesterday. And it's not because of what you would hope to happen on my wife's birthday. It's frankly just because of standing around and being old. But we'll get to that. Either way, it brought me to Dr. J. Shah at Samwell Payne. We met, ran into each other, jumped on a Zoom, and talked about what I was dealing with. Now we're setting up our plan. He's Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he takes a non-surgical approach to helping people get back to living their lives. If pain is keeping you from enjoying your summer, don't just live with it. Check out Samwell Payne. Visit samwellpayne.com. We will continue the Giant talk and talk to you guys, 1-800-919-3776 on the Odell of it all and the Evan Neal of it all. But first, we'll hit the weekend recap next.
I like that.
Right here on DHR.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. Did you know Social Security takes money out of every paycheck you earn, paycheck after paycheck, and you're not supposed to touch that money until you're 67? What if you can't work? What if you need that money now? The system is challenging and most people get denied. That's a fact. D'Agostino & Associates has the experience to win, and we win a lot. If you filed for Social Security disability benefits and were denied, let us appeal. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. Bite Back means fight back. 1-800-248-3222. We'll fight to get you paid. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and handles Social Security disability claims and appeals. Remember, if you've been denied, call us first. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates. We win a lot.
This is Carlin on ESPN New York.
Dan Graziano, ESPN NFL insider, joining us. You were particularly high on the possibility of the Jets offense being much better this year.
There's reason for Jets fans to believe they'll get more out of Geno Smith than the Raiders did. I think Garrett Wilson, Breece Hall, they have weapons. I don't think it's far-fetched to think that the Jets might have a kind of a cool offense.
Chris Carlin, weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Upgrade your outdoor living space with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking from Rings End. Picture this, a deck that's the highlight of your backyard, turning heads season after season. Now, imagine 20, 30 years later. It's still going strong. And here's the best part. You haven't spent a moment sanding, staining, or sealing it. Visit your local Rings End for the stunning real wood looks of TimberTech decking, paired with the kind of durability that only advanced engineering can deliver. Backed by industry-leading warranties, TimberTech is the decking that performs for decades. Ask for it locally at Rings End.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey, 22 westbound. Overturned tanker truck picked up over by Bloy Street in Hillside. Now we've got some emergency repairs. He did some damage to the roadway. Right lane is blocked. You're crawling there and backed up to 1 and 9 in Newark. Inbound George looking good. No issues at all for both the upper and lower decks. Heaviest delays to the outbound George, Cross Bronx westbound. Stop and go from the Bronx River Parkway. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels not too bad. Just about 5 to 10 minutes each. U.S. Open going on over at the National Tennis Center in Queens. Men's and women's singles just a little bit busy on the Grand Central heading into Flushing Meadows Corona Park. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Fall is the perfect time to refresh and reorganize your space. At the Home Depot, find power tools and tool sets starting at $50 to help tackle DIY projects, home updates, and more. Whether you're drilling brackets to support new shelving or sharpening your hedge trimmer blade with an angle grinder, the Home Depot has the tools you need to check projects off your list. Shop Labor Day savings at the Home Depot and gear up for fall projects with the right tools to keep your projects moving.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
All right. Hi, how you doing, everybody?
Right, so lots of calls to get to, though.
Yeah, we're going to talk.
800-919-3776. We certainly will get to calls as soon as possible.
So we'll get to you guys on the big Odell of it all.
So
and the Giants in general.
I don't.
Oh, I don't.
I got.
Is there a thing?
There's probably a thing. I got to open an email.
Open a thing for God's sake. And I'll get you ready in the meantime.
I didn't have paperwork.
All right. Well, we'll work on the paperwork.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, in between time, we'll get back to you guys. So if you are a Giant fan who has a strong feeling one way or the other about the news of the weekend, whether it's the Evan Neal cutting, the Odell Beckham staying here, whatever it is, I think
Jets quarterback situation.
Or are you excited for Cade Klubnik?
It feels like thin ice. It doesn't mean that you can't walk on it, but it also kind of means that you might fall through. It does worry me.
Well, which part? That Cade Klubnik's your?
Well, if something happens to Geno, that's what you got.
Yeah. Well, this is the way the Jets have decided to live life for some time.
Look, they believe in the kid. They believe in the kid, and that's fine.
Well, and their hope is still not to have to go to him, but there's a chance that you will.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't have it. No, I don't. Just in case you're wondering.
What?
For the weekend recap.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't.
Oh.
I'm waiting.
All right.
Oh no, I do.
There it is. I turn it sideways.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah.
Time now for your weekend recap.
Yeah.
And it's brought to you by Neutral.
Oh, Neutral.
Neutral. I should have known that. Yeah. See what happens when Don's not here?
Clown
show. Whole show just falls to pieces.
Yeah, but here comes Anthony with the piece of paper.
There it is.
Oh, there's an extra piece of paper. Did you see that?
I took yours.
It's okay. You know what? We spent a lot of time, but Neutral got their time in the end. Right?
They did, in Neutral.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what wasn't Neutral.
We have to get out of Neutral. Get back to the
we've
drive.
been sitting in Neutral for about a minute and a half. Was my wife's birthday was this weekend.
How old? Say it. Dare you.
Do I think she'll care? I don't think she'll care. Could be wrong. I don't think so.
I don't think women care until they get to the number 4 first.
Well, we're not there yet. But
I didn't think you were there.
It's creeping up in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm starting to.
Are we on the north side?
Yonder. Oh, we're on the north. Well, I'll put it this way. She is exactly 10 years younger than me.
All right, there you go.
So you do the math. Mm-hmm. She's exactly 10 years younger than me. So she's a spring chicken.
Yeah.
Good. Now, I want to give a big shout out to my mother-in-law who really saved the day. Not that I didn't put together a nice thing yesterday, because I did, and my wife was very appreciative, and I'm glad she had a great time.
Yep.
And shout out to her friends who came out. We went out to Riverside Park. We just hung out. Let me tell you something, by the way, though.
What?
Going out to the park to just have a casual time is not that easy when you're actually making it like a thing. Like, we had to set up a table.
Bring all your
tablecloth.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We brought out chips and dip. We brought out veggies. We brought out a cooler with drinks.
You did like a real picnic.
No, we did like a real picnic.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I called my boy Lewis over at Dario's. And Dario's came through.
Here we go.
Did you see on my story what the pizza looked like?
Yes.
You saw it?
Yes.
You saw the Caesar?
Yeah.
Oh, the Roman Caesar? It's fantastic.
Come on.
So they brought out some incredible pizza. So But when you're bringing all that stuff, man,
Yeah.
it starts to turn into real work. And then the sun starts to hit in the middle of the day. The sun came out.
Which this weekend was
pretty
warm.
awesome. Yeah. And it got pretty toasty. Not to mention, we have a 19-month-old who's just all over the place. Fortunately, there were other people with kids there, so you'd run a lot of zone. Like one parent would be with like 3 kids at one time.
Run a lot of zone.
And you know, now listen, there was that one moment when Ballard was watching Maya. And I look over and I also see him looking at his phone. And I'm like, I really hope Ballard doesn't let my daughter crawl onto the West Side Highway. But he didn't. All was good. But the reason I wanted to give a shout out to my mother-in-law is we went to a wedding on Saturday. Congratulations to Molly and Alex, my god sister Molly. And when we got back from the wedding, her mom's asleep on our couch because she babysat Maya. And this woman decorated our entire apartment for Natalie's birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Balloons hanging everywhere. She made the table for breakfast already for the next morning, like fully set the table with
really
decoration, flowers.
That's an effort.
The efforting was efforted.
Nice.
The stuff on the door when we got to the apartment door, just really.
Were you left to make the breakfast? So the table was set up.
No. She made the breakfast, and she crushed it as she always does. No, my mother-in-law is an incredible cook. And she made 2 birthday cakes for us to bring to the park as well. She makes this incredible like strawberry shortcake cake that's just to die for. And then she makes this ugat bisvit, this is Israeli cake that's really done with like tea biscuit crackers, just layered with milk and cream.
Okay.
So it turned out lovely, but much thanks to her. Now, one thing I want to tell you about I realized in another lifetime, guys, I'm not a wedding crasher. I'm a wedding thrasher. I go to weddings. I just go to weddings and I'm just critical of everything.
Oh.
I'm judging sound problems. I'm judging DJ decisions. I'm judging location choices. I just judge. I was so worried. Would I say it was off to an auspicious start or inauspicious start?
Inauspicious.
The start was very worrisome.
Mm-hmm.
The wedding was at my godparents' house. But then when we looked at the instructions, it said, you can't park at our house. You have to park at this address, and there will be a shuttle for you.
Okay.
That already makes me nervous. Now, keep in mind, we're off in the boonies.
Yep.
In New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Boonies.
Pine Barren.
It's Pine Barrens plus. It's more like farmy than Pine Barren.
All right.
And we get to the place, and I see all these people waiting online.
Ugh.
And I'm like, oh, no, what's happening? The car, the shuttle service was just a rotation of 2 5-person minivans. And you've got like old people crawling into the minivan. I was like, no. You have to get one like luxury bus that's going. You have to splurge on the bus.
I'm picturing there's always, Nana just trying to get into this thing while somebody's pushing the seat back.
No, my dad told me that
out of there.
My dad told me it on the way back.
Yeah.
When they went back to their car, he fell out of the van. Everything was fine. You can laugh.
Sorry.
My 79-year-old dad, right out of the van.
Just face plants.
He's fine. But so it was an inauspicious start. I go, oh my God, vans, what are we doing? But I got to tell you, man, when we got to the wedding, the backyard tenting it was like friggin' Michael Rubin's white party.
It's why you couldn't park.
Exactly.
There was nowhere to park.
It was amazing.
We took up the whole yard.
It was, and also shout out to when the hors d'oeuvres put me at a wedding where the served hors d'oeuvres are coming so frequently that you have to be like, enough, I'm good. It was like
you did no mas.
Oh no, it was no mas. I tapped. How many delicious sliders can I have? They were full size.
How many can you bring by?
It was, but seriously,
you leave the card on green.
And no,
with the hors d'oeuvres.
That's exactly.
You don't flip that over.
And I will tell you what. Not only were the just the most delightful hors d'oeuvres and the sliders to die for.
Nice.
They had like 4 bars.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And
by the way, shout out to. In this case, I'm going to give a very rare shout out to white people, man. Now, what the bars at a white wedding? I'm going to tell you right now. And this was a very.
Is it Billy Idol?
No, no, it wasn't that kind of wedding.
It's a nice day for a white wedding.
Not a white trash wedding. They're not that. They're very much not that.
Yeah.
They're a very, very classy crowd. But The thing is, sometimes you go to an ethnic wedding, a black or ethnic wedding of another sort.
Okay.
And people party without the liquid courage. Whereas the white folks generally need a few beverages.
We need it. The swing lube.
It's like, you need. So like sometimes I get worried because I go to a black wedding and black folks just want to dance. They're out to, they don't need to be wasted to dance.
Yeah.
Whereas white people,
We do.
They're like, we need the drinks.
Yeah.
So shout out to my god.
We're wallflowers until we get a few in us. Now all of a sudden we turn into the Jackson 5.
But the worst is when that's the case and there's a constant line at the bar. You have to have.
You need 4 bars.
You need 4 bars.
Otherwise, well, because you generally will have the uncles posting up.
Right.
Because they're not going anywhere.
They're at that spot. They want to be.
They're going to do that. Right. So
if you, I never had to wait. You're just walking up. Oh, blah blah.
Tremendous.
Walking off.
Yeah.
That's a great job right there.
Smart.
I want to show you this photo real quick though.
Okay.
What do you think of the shot of my dad?
Uh-oh. Let me see.
Have you ever seen a stain like that on a shirt?
I thought it was a logo.
It's the
worst. My God.
That was a piece of duck hors d'oeuvre that he took straight to the chest. And my mom
It just dive bombed. If only people could see.
Dude, it's like a Gorbachev wine stain.
It really is Gorbachev.
It's Gorbachev.
It's giving Gorbachev.
Like, look at that thing. It looks like the logo of the shirt. No, you know what it is? It's Wilson's face.
I thought that was the polo
in
horse.
Castaway.
Doesn't it look like a polo horse?
From here, it looks like a polo horse.
Right.
It looks like it was brown sauce. And
he said it's Wilson.
It's Wilson's face with blood on the ball.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, my mom's still at 79 years old. My mom took the whole thing out. She cleaned it completely.
Of course she did.
Got the whole thing out with seltzer.
Yeah, that's all you need. A little baking soda. She'd come right up. But now, is that because he's at that point in life where he doesn't care?
No.
He ain't leaning forward when he eats.
No, he just
bringing the fork this way.
Natalie
said, falls off.
Natalie said she watched it from the second it happened.
Yeah.
She said he took the little. It was like a little chip that had a piece of duck on it, like one of those things. You know what I mean?
Chip just broke,
and you're supposed to eat the chip. And she said it looked like he just took it and went directly to the shirt with it. Like there was his mouth didn't stand a chance. It just went straight. And then he had the nerve. And then as my mom is helping him clean the shirt, Natalie's filming the whole thing because she's finding it hilarious and thinks I'll love it later, which she's right about. And here's my dad go, I can't believe that woman did that to me. And my mom's like, what? She did it? My dad tried to blame the hors d'oeuvre lady. He completely did it to himself.
He would not take ownership.
Anyways, that was my weekend recap.
Beautiful.
A lot of family time.
That sounds amazing.
Birthdays, weddings. It was not bad. Enjoyed myself.
I love that. Quickly, weekend, because this is not something we'd go too deeply into, but U.S. Open underway.
Oh, talk about
it. And we had a couple of things happen over the weekend that are noteworthy. The first one is Novak Djokovic, who arguably the greatest.
He's in the convo.
I mean, he's there, right?
He's
he has
right
been
there.
One of the most dominant players we've ever seen. His body is breaking down. This is the worst part of seeing the greats. When we get a chance to see the greats in their best, right, at their prime, it's breathtaking. And he was an absolute machine, unbeatable. And it does suck. And I've said this before about how it's really hard for us to watch when athletes who were, I mean, elite great, lose it, and it starts to slip, and they start to become ordinary and beatable, and the nostalgia kind of goes away, and it's almost like I don't want to remember you like this.
Yeah.
And at the U.S. Open, what could be the last time we see him, Novak Djokovic threw up. His body gave out on him. He has been cramping now. He's going through something where it's almost like his body is telling him, I can't do this anymore because of the amount of cramping he's dealing with, the back pain he's dealing with, and then the pain was so much it made him sick to his stomach, literally, to where he had to let it out on the court at the U.S. Open. I mean, this is a proud champion who had a very undignified moment on one of the biggest stages in the sport, and I really felt terrible. But yet, what's amazing is that while this was happening, he lost the first set 7-6.
Yeah. But then
so it's not like he got smoked, right?
No, and
His
then he
body
immediately bounces back.
And then he wins the next two.
Yeah.
His body's failing him. And yet, because he's that good, battled through to at least win the next two. But then after that, he just couldn't. 6'2", 6'1", and then that was it. And I just, like, there's something about, I don't know how you feel about this. I'm not the biggest tennis fan anymore. I used to be way back in the day. But I don't, like, there's something about watching that happen. It's hard for me. It's hard for me to see somebody of that caliber really just all of a sudden it's just gone, and you know it's gone. And by the way, the part that really got me is he started to cry. Like, this is one of the toughest dudes in the sport. Like, this guy, I didn't think he had emotion.
He's rarely shown it in that way.
And yet to see that, I don't know, that was tough.
No, it's
like watching Tiger. When Tiger plays and you can just see the pain and you can see the agony. And it's like watching Tiger when the last time he was at the Masters, and you're like, damn, I don't want to see this.
I'm watching now. I haven't seen the tearing up part yet.
Yeah, even when he walked off, he started to tear up too.
And by the way, this is at 3-1 in the fifth.
Well,
he's down at that point. He's down a break. He just got mopped in the set before. He knows his body's out of gas.
He had his shirt. They took his shirt off. He had to put a different shirt on. Like, it was so tough to see him, like, just in that state.
I got to tell you, man.
And I
don't know. I got to tell you,
I don't love watching that.
Alan, I don't think I can't really liken what I'm seeing here. I've seen a lot of tennis players at the end.
Yeah.
I've never seen one in this setting where they're in the middle of the match kind of happening, and there's that much of a mental realization of, like, I can't do this.
It hit him. It hit him like, this is it. It like, he knew this is it.
It's heartbreaking. Yeah, an epic. Listen, he would have ended up in the end. I think it would have been like the round of 16, or he would have gotten mopped by Alcaraz at some point at this stage. But to not even get to play another round.
And the kid that beat him is like celebrating. I mean, it's a big deal for him.
Well, that's the beauty of tennis.
I know.
The tragedy is the beauty. For every Serena that loses, for every moment that.
Yeah.
Remember when Osaka beat Serena? Like, stars are made when they take these legends out.
Yeah.
That's how it happens.
It's the circle of life.
It's the circle of life, baby. It's
sports.
Lion King.
Yeah. It's what I love about tennis. I really do. I just something about it where it always just kind of continues. The next wave comes in, but still, over the weekend, not something that everybody's going to be talking about.
Richard will be.
But something that, we should just keep in mind, and it's happening right here in New York City. All right, 800-919-3776. A lot of calls to get to on the Giants, of course, and Odell, Evan Neal gone. That draft in 22 doesn't look good for Joe Shane. And, of course, the Yankees and the Red Sox and more. That, by the way, was your weekend recap. It's brought to you by Neutral. Keep it tasty with Neutral. Vodka seltzer made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Enjoy responsibly. 800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN, New York.
Hey, Yankees and Knicks fans. Come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 25th, and be ready to receive a very special giveaway. It's Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead Night, presented by Delta Airlines. The first 18,000 guests will receive a Josh Hart Yankees bobblehead. Again, don't miss Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead Night, presented by Delta Airlines, when the Yankees face the Orioles on Friday, September 25th. For tickets, log on to yankees.com/tickets.
Cars for Kids, KARS, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now, or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids, KARS, Cars for Kids, 1-877 Cars for Kids, donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
You're in charge of ordering boxes. Small boxes, really big boxes. You're in charge of tape, labels, mailers, bubble wrap, extra bubble wrap, just for fun. You're in charge of warehouse cleaning and safety supplies. Good thing there's Uline. Thousands of quality products for your business and warehouse needs, always in stock, ready to ship same day, and backed by Uline's legendary 24/7 customer service. Uline makes it easy because you already do enough. Uline, we warehouse for you.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Football is back. Feel like it's your year? Well, you're right. Trade every game on the Polymarket app. Join the Polymarket community where you can trade live in-game and exit when you want. See what other fans think, find the predictions you think they've got wrong, and take your position. Just download the Polymarket app and use promo code QUARTERBACK. Deposit $10 to get $20 instantly to start trading. 18 plus only. See Polymarket's terms of service for more information about restrictions and eligibility. The Polymarket app is an independent affiliate of Polymarket US and not CFTC regulated. Trading always involves risk. Complete loss can occur.
Strong communities are built in the places where life happens, where families build their lives, where students build their futures, where businesses create opportunity. Bloom Energy provides reliable power for the places communities depend on every day. From hospitals and college campuses to stores and factories, clean, quiet power that uses little water right where it's needed, so communities can keep moving forward. Bloom Energy, power America relies on.
Congratulations, New York. The Knicks did it. Through battle after battle, they dominated to become this year's NBA champions. Day in and day out, the hard work paid off, and you were there every step of the way. Enjoy the crown. Own it, because this year is your year. A part of your legacy that will never be forgotten. So celebrate this moment, show your pride, and shop the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
All right, let's get some calls going here.
What is this again, Jacob?
800-919-3776.
What is this? Well, I got to ask before we don't have music anymore. It's the end of days
really
for us in music.
Well, we're at the end of days already because this is a generic music.
You know what it sounds like to me? It's so funny.
It's not bad.
No, it's not. It sounds like a generic album cut from like a late 90s, early 2000s hip-hop album that I didn't listen to. Like, I hate to say this, but there are some albums that are considered like classics of that era, but I was in my real backpack era where like I wasn't listening to the whole Fabulous album, respectfully.
See that?
I wasn't.
I'm with you.
So there's some, and then Natalie would be like, "You don't know this Joel Santana song?" I'm like, "Nah, I didn't hear that."
You know what? I'm a fan of Natalie even more.
Natalie loves Joel. It's a whole different story. But like. Not like that. Hold on. I don't mean that kind of story. But you get the idea. Although she did say when I introduced her to him, she was like, I can't look him in the eyes. That's Joel Santana. She like in high school, he was the like coolest, the absolute coolest thing cooking in New York.
Yeah,
was Joel's.
I try to separate who he is now compared to
listen. Joel's is cool now. It's not he's not in the same moment he was in then, but we all have our moment in life, you know.
Yep.
You can't all live in your glory.
But she doesn't see him.
She only knows.
It's like doesn't matter what he looks like, what he sounds like. He'll always be.
Yeah, which record she was playing? Yeah, we were listening to one in the car 2 days ago.
2002.
Yeah, she's in diplomatic immunity times. But anyways, that's what that bed reminded me of was just a random New York like album, maybe even a Swizz record. They're like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, they all had that sort of like. Orchestra type,
but still had a little bit of cheapness to it, where like people were like that early Swizz stuff. You could hear what his talent level was, but the sounds he was using were still cheap sounds,
like cheap boards,
like Casio boards, where the sounds were just very basic sounding.
Yeah. Well, hey, you
but by the way, that's what we're going to be. That's what everything's going to sound like for us.
Better get used to it. All right,
but we'll look great on MSG.
Lots of calls to get to. Frank's in Newark. Frank, you're up next with us. How you doing?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
One of the things I was thinking about when it comes to Odell and his return back to New York, the first things first. Goodbye, Neal. nice knowing you, wasted pick.
Yeah.
But when it comes to Odell, I mean, can we actually say now, if we look at the Giants roster, we have a young roster. Can we actually say now somehow he's the veteran leadership and somewhat the adult in the room, or is the jury still out on that one?
I think that's one of the things that Harbaugh actually said about Odell. I don't know if he used the word adult in the room, but he did talk about having somebody with his experience and his perspective now so much different than it used to be, right? That maybe that perspective and experience will be of value in the wide receiver room. How could it not be?
And I don't know if you guys recall, I think it was a couple of years ago when the Giants signed Brandon Marshall in, 2017? They signed Brandon Marshall while we still had Odell on his rookie contract or what have you. And, we were trying to hope maybe that we would, at that point, what you were trying to do is trying to make sure that Odell, all the pressure wasn't on Odell to produce, while you had, on the other side of the field, you had a number two that had some experience, played number one, and then at the same time, it was somebody, another veteran wide receiver that you still had to pay attention to and respect his skill on the field.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, that never came to fruition because Odell came down with that injury against the Chargers, and then in that same season, Brandon Marshall was out for the season too. So that's where that landed.
Yeah.
Maybe we're trying to revive something like that where he becomes old reliable, sort of like a Monty Toomer years ago. But who knows?
You're just hoping, because again, I don't even know how much he's going to play when you consider what they still have on the roster wide receiver wise. It's not, he might be fourth on the depth chart, right? Like I don't know how high up in the depth chart he's going to be, but it's a cool story. I'm just to have him back, to let him finish it. He even gets 13 back because of Hyatt getting cut and then being signed to the practice squad.
By the way, I feel better about. I don't want to see him at 3.
Yeah.
Although he's been doing it for a while. He was 3 in Baltimore.
Yeah,
He's 3 in L.A.
But still,
I like him at 13.
It's kind of what he is.
By the way,
here.
people want to be able to bust out their jerseys. They still have the jerseys.
I guarantee they still have the jerseys. How many others were you buying? Saquon?
Dude, Saquon was the only other jersey since then that people now Dart has come along.
Yeah.
But
Pusick has an Odell.
Has to.
Yeah, I had one. I don't know where it is now. I still might have it. I don't really throw them away. Just kind of.
Well, why would you?
Yeah, you just kind of throw them.
You're not a guy that burns a jersey like when you get mad.
But he's also not I don't know. Anthony in a jersey seems like that's why he told me he had an Odell jersey. I had to look at him like, seriously?
I rarely wore. I mean, I worked here a lot. I rarely wore it.
You mean you think he's a virulent racist and you don't think he'd have a black player's jersey?
Oh, wow.
Is that what you're saying, Jay?
Wow.
I
thought we had a better relationship.
It's along
that
the
sounded
lines of
accusation.
what I was going, but
I thought we had a better relationship than that. I guess not.
Yeah.
I love that Jacob's like, well, since you said it.
I think I need to work on me a little bit.
I always thought you guys were fine sitting back in that room.
I guess not.
But I guess
now
not.
we're fighting.
No, it's just, Anthony has a dead personality. Like, he's dead inside sometimes.
Right.
So he doesn't like joy.
And Odell is so vibrant.
He's so fun.
So the fact that he's supporting Odell, I was like, oh, you know what? You do have some life in you.
You're right. It does not
Antonio
really track.
Pierce and Odell. I think that's the two that I
By
have.
the way,
Antonio Pierce.
But those are
and
the two sides of Anthony. Very serious, stern, and fun-loving, gregarious. It's there. It's in there. And that's what he's showing you with the Odell jersey.
A lot of Rangers jerseys.
Yeah, all right. What's the most embarrassing Ranger jersey you have?
The Rempe, of course.
No, actually, I don't have that one.
You don't have a Rempe.
I don't have an embarrassing. Like, I like to do. Like, I don't know. People might find this embarrassing. I thought Dubinsky. I like Dubinsky. I thought he was fun. He kind of played with an edge.
Yeah.
So he was like my most out. I have Callahan, Lundqvist.
Oh, you have Captain Cali?
Yeah. So I have him.
Of course, you
I had
have the
McDonough.
Yeah.
I had Panarin.
Wow, you even got a Panarin.
With the alt jersey, I went no name because every time I got somebody, it didn't go well. So they were gone.
They'd have a bad year.
Yeah. No, they would leave.
So our MSG debut show, September 8th. If we, like, to get a Ranger on the show would be pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Would Rempe be a guy? Would Anthony want?
No.
Would Anthony want that?
He's fun.
I know, but Anthony's being politically correct.
What do you mean?
He has no use. He has no
but he's
use
a fun personality. Look, he's a fun personality.
But you have no
well,
use
who else
for
on
him.
the team are you having on? That's going to be a good interview. Good interview.
Is Rempe a good interview?
Well, if you saw JT and I was going to say Trocheck, obviously not on the team anymore.
Yeah,
you saw JT chop it up with the Chicklets guys, not the foreplay guys. Is it the Foreplay guys or the Chiclets guys?
We don't know who the Foreplay guys are.
It's one of the bar stools. I think it was Chiclets because Bissonnette was involved, so it had to be Chiclets.
So they have another, besides Spit and Chiclets, they also have another show called Foreplay?
Well, they have a golf show. I think they have a tiger on it before, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive. Okay. Well, we're thinking about it.
Either way, JT Miller's an interesting guest. I don't know if we'd get him. But.
We can.
Let's effort.
We can figure it out.
Let's effort.
Yeah, we're just kicking it around. All right, but tons of calls to get to. 800-919-3776. I asked it earlier. Yankees-Red Sox. Everybody's up in arms about the whole Jazz Chisholm stealing 2 bases, despite the fact that the Red Sox weren't really trying to hold him on. And we do have the backstory of it. So if you haven't heard it yet, we'll give you that, and I'll let you know. You got to answer this for me. Is Yankees-Red Sox still a thing like it used to be? Because this weekend, which felt like it should have been a big series, didn't really feel like a big series. Stay with us, Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
D'Agostino, Law, Bite Back. This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, and I know how a serious accident can change your life just like that.
I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and I understand that with pain comes medical bills and time out of work. Let us get you justice.
This is John Ryan, the closer. For over 35 years, our family has been getting accident victims every dollar they deserve.
I started this firm for the injured so they can bite back against the insurance companies.
Our legacy is to get you justice. Bite back.
To get you paid. Bite back.
At D'Agostino & Associates, bite back means fight back. When you're hurt and they blame you, we bite back and get you every dollar you deserve. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. 1-800-248-3222. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
The U.S. Open Tennis Championships are underway, and you can still get in on the excitement. Grab a $30 grounds pass for the Finals Fan Fest, September 12th and 13th in Louis Armstrong Stadium. Experience celebrity arrivals and star-studded viewing parties, hosted by actress and comedian Yvonne Orji and The Bachelor's Joey Grazadeh. Plus, live DJ sets from Tinks, Lucas, and Summer House's Kyle Cook. Get tickets now at usopen.org.
There are a million reasons to love New York. Making your budget stretch isn't one of them. According to an independent study, Amazon prices average 14% lower than other retailers. Get food, fashion, furniture, and more shipped straight to your building. Plus, another study found Amazon Prescription Pass customers pay nearly 1/3 less out of pocket. Learn more at aboutamazon.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. Hitting the brakes on the LIE eastbound in Queens right before the cross island. A broken down Sprinter van in the right lane. Tow truck on the scene. Hopefully they'll pick him up soon. You're bumper to bumper there and backed up to the Van Wyck. Slow go on the FDR northbound over by East 79th. Another stall out there. That is you solid from the Midtown Tunnel. You stay a bit bunched up on the northbound side. Approaching the Triborough Bridge. Heading over to the outbound George, looking pretty good on the southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, some pockets of delays heading into the 120s. Inbound George, no issues at all for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels about 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Football is almost back. You did the homework. Now put it to use where it counts. Join the Poly Market community where you can trade live in-game and exit when you want. See what other fans think, find the predictions you think they've got wrong, and take your position. Just download the Poly Market app and use promo code LINEBACKER. Deposit $10 and get $20 to trade instantly. 18 plus only. See Poly Market's terms of service for more information about restrictions and eligibility. The Poly Market app is an independent affiliate of Poly Market US and not CFTC regulated. Trading always involves risk. Complete loss can occur.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
Begin
Beginning Tuesday, September 8th, watch DiPietro and Rothenberg and Hahn and Rosenberg live every day on the MSG Network. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Wait, hold on.
503 in the big
Cypress
city.
Hill type beat? Is that what this says?
This is definitely a Cypress Hill, but it's a generic Cypress Hill beat.
Is that what it is? Is that generic?
We told you we'd find you guys some stuff.
This is definitely generic.
Does it say
Cypress Hill.
generic Cypress Hill?
No, it doesn't say that.
What is it listed as? I'm curious.
It's just a title. It doesn't really
like this is Insane in the Membrane.
Yeah, it's Insane in the Membrane.
Yeah, but it's not.
Its title Still Maintain It.
Well, I would have called it Crazy in the Head.
There are some websites that we have the ability to use where you could go into your Spotify and say, I like this song.
And they AI.
Give me a
legal
song
version
that
of this.
I can play
Oh.
that
That's
the
wild.
beat is similar.
Well, can we
and it's
find-
not bad.
Did you look for Rise?
No, I already tried that.
No Rise.
Not good enough where it's like, oh, this still sounds the same. No.
Not even the Biggie version.
No.
Oh, well, yeah, what if you give them Hypnotize
Yeah,
and said,
give him.
You know what? I'll give that. I haven't tried that one.
Yeah.
Let me give that
a
run,
shot,
and then we'll see what
and
we
then
can do.
play it, and we'll all decide whether or not it works.
Okay.
Can I just say,
I like that.
I just saw Aaron Donald
You saw him
talking.
Where-
He was on the
I
TUE.
thought he was in L.A.
No, TUE.
Oh, at TUE.
By the way, I never really processed it. Underrated handsome, Aaron Donald. He's a good-looking guy.
I didn't know he wasn't.
I didn't realize he's like such a you don't like think of D linemen being that well put together.
Yeah.
Except for I'll actually throw it out from Redskins lore.
Have you seen some of his workouts?
He's a freak.
The guy grabs 200-pound dumbbells and just dumbbell presses.
He's
lays back, dumbbell press. Like he's not even using his knees to like set up. He just lays back and just pumps them out. Like
and just
what? He takes full those like Deer Park water, the water cooler water jugs. He just fills it in a pool, lifts it up, flips it over, and then holds it while it drains out. I
And then does it
guarantee
again?
you, mere mortals, your shoulder would fall right off.
No, it would just fall out of your
You
hand.
can't possibly hold.
Let
He
alone turn
lifts
it over.
turns it, and then lets it and holds it while it drains.
I've never seen that happen.
No, dude.
Humans can't do
it's
that.
It's not human. It's now. Here's the thing that I thought this would be an ENN thing, but we're going to have a truncated ENN today because
we
we
should
have
get
an
to
early Mets game. But the Aaron Donald of it all, just to stay on the NFL world right now, we didn't even get into Jets yet. This is obviously a huge addition for the Rams. They were talking this morning on all the different shows on ESPN about just how good this Rams team could be. Myles Garrett, mind you, is also part of this front line. These two guys are going to wreak havoc. We know this. And the Rams should be a team that you consider a legitimate Super Bowl contender. They have the MVP. They have, Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. They've got a talent everywhere. They've got a smart coach. They are built to win. And the Super Bowl is where? SoFi.
That's right.
At home.
I blanked on the name of the stadium.
ESPN's.
Again. That's right. I know it's our first time. I think maybe
it's
we'll,
a big deal.
maybe we'll go.
I believe we might.
Maybe we'll go out to SoFi.
We might.
I like Los Angeles.
I do too.
I'm a big fan of Los Angeles.
I like it a lot. So I want everybody to understand that. Is it the Giants play them when? Week 2?
Week 2.
It's week 2, yeah.
I'm going to say this. For everybody that's like, oh, my God, the Giants, just poor Jackson Dart, they're just going to eat him alive. Keep in mind, Aaron Donald has not participated in training camp. I'm not sure if you're going to see Aaron Donald playing that early in the season for the Rams. And if he does, you might see him for part-time snaps. I can't imagine they're going to be playing him enough for it to be like complete game wrecker. It still doesn't mean if he's dressed and he's going to play, you got to watch out for him. But this notion that he's going to, like the Giants in week 2 are going to have to deal with prime Aaron Donald and Myles Garrett, I think you're going to see this be a build up to where he's going to be somebody that later in the season now is getting himself ready for the playoffs. And then they'll take the governor off at that point.
But
right?
At first when you said it, I thought Allen's a moron.
Well, you say that a lot.
But then as you kept talking, because he's such a freak, And it's not like he's not going to be able to figure out in the scheme where he's doing what
he's already played from. Like they already know what to do with
He knows
him.
that.
Yeah.
So it's not about that.
No.
But to your point, if you want to maximize what you can get from
Guy's
him,
been off for 2 years?
In a year in which you think you're a Super Bowl contender,
Yeah.
then the only time that matters
is the end.
Is down there. Now, here's the one thing I'd push back on.
Right.
If for some reason defensively up front, and again with Myles
They play
Garrett,
the 49ers in Melbourne, right?
That's Melbourne to you and me.
Melbourne.
Yes, they do.
All right. So they're also going to be doing this whole crossing
the world and come back.
back.
But hear me out on this. If for some reason in the first month, and again, unlikely with Myles Garrett, I understand that. If they were not happy up front, is there a world in which they'd maybe rush him along a little bit faster? Like, hey, you know what? We actually need you. We can't just rest on our laurels and wait till November. It's kind of go time.
You don't want to get him hurt.
But you don't want to get him hurt. But also they're going to judge where he's at and see if maybe he's great.
So now he has been working out throughout camp, but he wasn't involved in camp. And when I say that, it's not about like learning schemes. He doesn't need schemes. He needs to hear basically the snap, and then he knows just whoever is in front of me, they don't have a chance. Especially him and Myles. I mean, my God. Imagine this. You put those two guys on one side and then put your best corner on the other side. And what's the quarterback doing? Because the quarterback is definitely not throwing that way. So he's already going away from those two monsters. And now you're going to, you have no chance. It's going to be tough. But I just want to, for those who just think right away, oh, the Giants, Jackson Dart's going to get killed. The Giants don't have a chance in that game. I really do need to see how much they're going to use Aaron Donald, especially with a travel schedule like that, and the fact that he really hasn't participated to get, to get plays under his belt in camp to find rhythm again. We already know that he's strong as hell. I don't think he needs much time to get himself into shape, but game condition, as we know, is a completely different animal. So he'll be somebody that's scary later on in the year for sure. But that's a huge story in the NFL. The other thing is the Jets. The Jets' quarterback situation is the thing that worries me. Well, their kicking situation worries me too. But their quarterback situation is a major worry because Geno Smith is who he is, and you have to make sure that he is not going to get hurt. You have an offensive line that should protect him. But if something does happen to him, and it is the NFL and it is the Jets, bad things happen to Jet quarterbacks. Let's just all agree that that's a reality in life. I don't know if having Cade Klubnik, who has played well but not great at the end, he had some moments. He had a terrible throw against the Giants. He has looked good, though. He has flashed, and they do really believe in him. I just don't know if that's the safest thing as your safety net for Geno Smith.
But Alan, hasn't it worked out really well?
No.
When they never have a safety net, and they literally are one of the only teams in the league that has a non-presentable NFL quarterback to play. Because that's the risk you run, is that Geno gets hurt, and if Klubnik is not presentable, you do not have a player who can make your coach show that he can coach, who can show the offensive talent that you have weapon. It takes out all of the will to win from a team if you don't have a presentable quarterback.
And the problem is that they couldn't get anybody.
Well, they didn't.
Nobody wants to play for them, and they got Geno. So they got him.
And we don't think they didn't want to make a more expensive play.
Well, because they also know that whatever their quarterback of the future is, he's probably not on the roster. Everybody hopes it turns into Klubnik, and there's some people who believe that he can be developed.
I do want to say,
I remind people, develop and Jets don't always go together.
In fact, they almost never go together.
Almost never.
But I will. I am sort of staking my flag in the.
All right.
If Malik Willis turns out to be a beast in Miami, there's egg on the face of the Jets.
You are so right.
That is a fact. Now, it may not work out, but if it does, dude, he was an affordable quarterback. You took a risk on Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Malik Willis is the same price.
Yeah.
And you didn't go for it. You went with Geno Smith. You went with a retread in Geno Smith. God bless him.
Yeah, because of Fields. And then there's J.J. McCarthy and what happens to him, and does he become somebody that the Jets keep an eye on in Minnesota? And if Minnesota's going to just cut him loose, do you bring him in? It's like this guy's extremely, he's still so wet behind the ears. Very little college experience.
You're now developing again.
And you're still worried about developing somebody that really hasn't been developed. And if a quarterback whisperer keeps finding other quarterbacks than him to play, that would also tell me something. But the Jets otherwise have a roster that you hope could be competitive. But that quarterback situation, the kicking situation too. These are things to watch for Aaron Glenn. But he did make it clear, though, that Klubnik, who they liked in the draft, and they did get him, and they have played him a lot in preseason, he is their backup quarterback.
He's our backup quarterback. And he'll do a good job.
And he will do a good job.
Thank you, Coach. Thanks, AG.
That's what you hope. That's what they're hoping for. Evan Neal with the Giants, if you haven't heard.
Boo his sorry ass.
The Giants
cut his fat ass.
Did exactly that.
I don't know if they said it in those terms, but yeah.
Well, Don said this 3 years ago, and it only took 3 years for it to happen.
It was. It did not go well, and we said this earlier. It's not It's not a great moment for Joe Schoen.
When you have a draft like this, where you're not like they had 2 top 10 picks, and Thibodeau was the other one. He was taking 2, right? He was taking very high, and that we don't know yet what he is. He started to pop late last season, and Brian Burns felt like the switch went on for Thibodeau last year. You got to hope that continues this year when, again, when the lights turn on and it's real football. We're going to find out. But that was a tough first draft for Joe Schoen. Admittedly, it has been. And so Evan Neal moves on, or they move on from Evan Neal. John Harbaugh, clearly, who wants a strong offensive line, did not feel he was strong enough. Also, Jalen Hyatt, they cut him. He clears, and they put him on the practice squad. Odell Beckham Jr. makes the team, makes the roster. That wasn't a given, but there was this sense that they were going to give him every opportunity to do it. He really did start to catch on later on in camp. He had some people really saying to anybody who listened as they watched him, he still has it. It's still something there, and it was worth keeping. And Jordan Renan, by the way, Peter, as we were talking about the jersey thing, Odell still had number 3 on today.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, it's interesting, right? And Hyatt still had 13 on, even though, again, the designation.
Well, we don't. When they get to season, he'll be able to decide on game day if he wants to wear 13 because Jalen will be practice squad, right?
Yeah, I guess that's still a decision to be made. Okay. But the biggest story coming out of yesterday.
By the way, Jalen Hyatt, not exactly a star.
That was another one that it just didn't.
You're not giving Joe Schoen a little sticker. What you give
gold
kids
star.
a little gold star sticker to feel nice about
again, that 22 draft also had Wan'Dale Robinson, who was supposed to be this great gadget receiver.
Wandale, I believe.
Wandale?
Wandale.
I think it was Wandale.
Not sure about that. It's Walter Mondale. You're confused. He was named after the family loved Walter Mondale so much.
I don't think.
And they say, we want you to be like Mondale. Wait, we want Mondale? Wandale.
That's a reach.
That was tough. Let's move on. Let's pretend.
800-919-3776. Let's get some calls. Let's have Cullum in the Bronx wants to talk some Giants and the roster. Cullum, what's up, man?
What's going on, Peter? Hollywood Hahn. So, you're talking a lot about the Odell and the overall, I don't know how much you guys follow, the PFF rankings, especially, in preseason. But you're seeing, I see a lot, across the board of a lot of the Giants players on the defense and a lot of the linemen getting really high ratings. I've always said, I've called you, Alan, for over a decade calling this stuff. The second most important thing to a team besides a quarterback is the coaching staff. You see it all over the place of teams with far less talent with great coaching. That's the second most important thing for an NFL team. And it seems like this coaching staff we don't know for sure it's going to be great, but it's guaranteed it's going to be better than what they've had in the past. And overall, it just looks like, you're seeing all these players that most people have already checked out on, Banks and other players, that they're starting to look a lot better. And you could be very hopeful about this team. And I want to be super optimistic, but I got to hold my breath for how long it's been as a Giants fan. But the main point you guys were bringing up with Odell Beckham Jr., I obviously was very nostalgic. I have an Odell Beckham jersey sitting still in my closet. I'm hoping he switches to 13 because that would be great, and I could still rock that. But, he is the veteran. We saw his immaturity early on, and I think a lot of the immaturity, like Peter said, was played overhyped because the team was so bad. If the team was great, no one would have cared about his antics or anything else he did. And, now he's the veteran. Now he's definitely matured, and he would be, if anything, he'd be great for Malik Neighbors, who's already risen to a very highly rated star-level receiver coming back from a major injury. Who better than a guy who was at the absolute peak of hype and fandom, then falling down with an injury to come back and kind of mentor you to, this is what is the best way to try to overcome that stuff. I think most of the things that are coming out of this Giants team is a positive.
Yeah, you definitely hope that could be the case. Neighbors, remember, he still has to come back fully from this injury. He has to show you, they can't expect that he's going to, I'd really be surprised, but it would be a pleasant surprise if, out of the gate, he's all of a sudden just 100%. I think you got to also just make sure that he gets back and Neighbors can get himself into rhythm and get a full season in, right? So, you can't put too much on his workload. But, Colin, I know you love the Giants. If there's one, because you want to stay positive, you always do. But if there's one area that you're I just, the concern part for this team, because obviously they're not perfect and there are holes, what would it be?
All right, good talk, bud.
Yeah. Okay.
You were stronger early, and then you felt, and there was a little bit of time at the end left a little something to say.
Yeah. Well, maybe a Tessa.
No, if you need a Giants bounce back.
Tessa's got to be able to answer that question. Tess, if there's one area.
Thanks so much for taking my call. Mm-hmm.
Always. If there's one area of this Giant roster, as you know it now, that it's set, that you're jury's out. I don't know what we're going to get from this area of the roster. It could be what, keeps this team from being more competitive than they can be. What would it be?
I think it's a tie for me. I think it's the cornerbacks, because at the end of the day, Colton Hood, he is a beast. He seems like he could be a monster, but you're new. And, I'm just not happy with the cornerbacks from last year. So I think it's cornerback for me, and I'm going to be really honest with you. I know a lot of people will be surprised. I am a little bit hey, wide receiver, because Neighbors coming back from injury. Darius Slayton's been banged up, barely doing training camp. That's why he was in still on the fourth quarter the other day. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'm just a little nervous. I know we're going to pull it together, but I will honestly have to say it will be those two and really wide receivers, because remember, Odell, he's doing his thing. That's what he was supposed to do against second strings. That's what he was supposed to do. So that's why I'm so happy I get to bring that jersey back.
That's a good point.
Of the bin out of the garage.
That's a good point. No, you make a good point.
Which part?
Odell's going up against 2s and 3s.
Mm-hmm.
He better be killing them, right? And the fact that he was doing that instead of looking ordinary, or it was.
No, it looked relatively easy.
Yeah, that's that is the good sign. it's a good point, Tess.
And that's why I feel that's what made him make that team. Because if he didn't do that and he looked mediocre or just mid, no. Gotta go. Jersey would have stayed in the garage. But because he really looked like old Odell, snap, he still got it.
Yeah.
Why did he just break that man's ankles like that? That's what I said. Oh, he gonna make the team. But I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. I want to whisper because I don't want to put it out there like that. But listen. I'm trying not to put the cart before the horse.
I know what you're gonna do. Go ahead.
They side by side, guys. They side by side. I'm gonna be honest, because every year, Alan, you know how far back we go. Don and Peter, I know Don I did, but I'm saying y'all know how far back we go.
Yep.
Every year it's confidence, it's hope, it's faith, and then it's just they suck my soul out. And every Monday I'm calling, or Tuesday or Friday, it depends on when we play, I'm calling, blacking out. This is the first time, and how many times do I always tell you about the coaches? The coaches is what gets me. Remember, I always say that.
Yes.
We had some terrible coaches. Because of this coaching regime, I actually have a dream that I think will come true.
So is that why you trust? That's why you trust, because of Harbaugh, because of him and the people he's brought in?
Heck, yes, because I said it. I said we don't need nobody off waivers. Let's believe in this 53, and they didn't pick not one person off waivers, and that's what I'm saying. That's the confidence that we needed. We needed that. I feel like we're big, we're thick. I feel like we was playing with tenacity, we was playing ferocious. I like that. I'm not sitting here saying, put it this way, I'm telling you right now, I don't care about nothing. I'm still going to say we're going to beat Dallas. We're not getting blown out 40-0. I just don't see it. I don't see that under Harbaugh. I'm not sitting here saying, we definitely going to win. But I'm telling you, we coming to play. When we played that prime time, we are coming. I could tell, like you could just tell, like he's not playing with these people. He's not playing with these players. Halftime, let us go in getting blown out. Let us be down 17-0. I bet you we come back doing something special. Look how y'all drove the ball down the field on us. You know what I mean? First quarter. Yes, it was mistakes, Allen, but look how the Jets. Look how we bounced back. That's a coach right there. That's saying like, okay. Relax, let's get it back together. That showed me a lot like how we bounced back like that. Nobody panicked. Nobody was like, oh, my God, what's going on? So for me, guys, I am just so excited. Like, now I get to pull 13 out. I get to put 97-26, continue to keep them in the bin forever. Pull 13 out. I am so excited and just like, I think we're going to do good. I know last week I was wilding. I said 8 wins. I don't care. I'm standing behind it, 10 toes down. But I just think that we're going to be playing meaningful football. That's all I'm saying in November. I think we're going to be playing meaningful football. That's all I'm saying.
It's all you
Whether
can,
that's just to get to 8 wins.
It's all you can care about.
You know?
Like, Tess, honestly, that's all you're looking for. Thank you, Tess. Like, I don't even think you should put a number on it. For me, I think the Jets, as a fan, you have to. Because you know you've got to know if you have a coach or not. So I do think you need a number. I don't think the Giants need a number. I think it's all about...
The Giants number only matters if it were extremely low.
See, I think it's more about point differential. I think it's more about what does it look like? What does it look like? I
agree.
Like, because you got a tough schedule later on.
But I'm just saying, if the only way it would matter, and
I
you
need
talk
to know,
about a number...
if you're going just toe-to-toe with Dallas and Philly, where it's just... But they just have more talent right now.
But what I'm saying is, though, from a number standpoint with the Giants...
Yeah.
It only matters if somehow you look up and they're like 3-14. That's an unacceptable number for John Harbaugh, right?
Yeah.
But once you get into the normal range, you're right, it doesn't matter. It's how the quarterback develop. What was the point differential in the big games?
Yeah.
Did they look like a markedly different team? That's the thing. I agree with
you. Don't you think that?
But if the number's low, that number will be getting talked about a lot. It can't be that low.
You can't keep losing those games by 3 points.
No.
At some point, you got to win some of them.
If they lose the same close games they lost last year, and as a result, they're sitting at 4-13, that will be a major problem.
Yes. The two things you need to know at the end of this season for both teams is a very simple thing, and we'll talk more about it all next week as we just start doing the preview stuff. But it's obvious to me. For the Giants, do you have a quarterback? For the Jets, do you have a coach? Those are two things you've got to know for sure when the season ends. But the wait is over. Football's here, everybody, and DraftKings is on. This September, DraftKings is giving all customers the opportunity to get boosted every game day. That's right. Every game day. All month long, DraftKings customers can get a profit boost. Plus, get extra protection with an early exit opt-in. And if your player leaves the game, think about this. Early exit opt-in means this. If your player leaves the game with an eligible injury in the first half, your bet is protected. New DraftKings customers can sign up with code WHSQ. Think about it again, WHSQ. Spend just $5 and get $200 in rewards within 21 days. That's code, once again, WHSQ. Know it. Learn it. Live it.
Love it.
In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility restrictions apply. $50 in non-withdrawable bonus bets issued every 7 days via click to claim for 21 days. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. One football boost per customer. Boost. Maximum bet limits and restrictions apply. Tokens expire at the end of the final select game each day when offered. Terms at dkng.co/offer. Limited time offer. More your calls coming up. Yankees-Red Sox. Does it still have sizzle? Don Hahn, Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
When care matters most, experience matters more. The Allure Group is redefining rehabilitation and long-term care across New York with 6 convenient locations. Their expert clinicians create personalized care plans to help you recover, rebuild, and get back to what matters most. From short-term rehab to long-term care, Allure is committed to comfort, dignity, and results. To learn more, visit allurecare.com. The Allure Group, where care meets compassion.
Monkey Sports, built by players for players, is your one-stop shop for hockey, baseball, lacrosse, and more. Find top-name equipment and expert in-store services like sharpening, break-ins, and relacing. Shop in-store at Monkey Sports in Farmingdale or Woodbridge or online for all the top brands. Whatever your sports, Monkey Sports gets you game ready fast. Monkey Sports, where athletes shop.
This is the Michael K. Show.
You hear people saying, that's why Yankees should have got a reliever. Well, they tried. Everybody wanted George Lombard Jr., one of their top prospects. Would you have wanted to give up George Lombard Jr.? Oh, they should have gotten Mason Miller. Not available. They should have got Morjan. Not available. They did try. They knew they needed another arm in the bullpen, but you can't bankrupt your system to get another arm in the bullpen.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Hi, this is Don LaGreca. Just like the New Jersey Devils bring intensity on the ice, Viking Pest Control brings the same level of protection to your home. And I know because I use Viking at my own place. The season may be over, but pests are always in play. So it's time to lock in your off-season defense. As the pest control provider and proud partner of the Devils, Viking delivers 45 years of trusted experience to keep ants, cockroaches, stinging insects, rodents, mosquitoes, and more out of your zone. And when you bundle pest control mosquito services, you score big savings. One call, one company, total peace of mind. Visit VikingPest.com, protecting your home inside and out.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got some solid slowdowns on the Grand Central, both east and westbound, heading over to the National Tennis Center in Queens. Men's and women's singles going on at the U.S. Open. Delays there heading into Flushing Meadows, Corona Park. A little bit bunched up on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Then it's a great ride, looking good at the Goethals Bridge, heading into Jersey. Inbound, George, still moving well for both the upper and lower decks. Heavy ride on the West Side Highway northbound, heading over to the outbound, George. Broken down car in the right lane right after West 125th. You're backed up into the 90s. Outbound Lincoln and Holland tunnels are running about 10 to 15 minutes each. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? Well, the PCA can help. It's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Waking up to a beautiful view, card games at the breakfast table, and building a campfire with Dad.
All right, hand me that piece of wood. Not that one. I don't like the looks of that. No. No.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
Strong communities are built in the places where life happens, where families build their lives, where students build their futures, where businesses create opportunity. Bloom Energy provides reliable power for the places communities depend on every day. From hospitals and college campuses to stores and factories, clean, quiet power that uses little water right where it's needed, so communities can keep moving forward. Bloom Energy, power America relies on.
mean, it screams generic.
This is tough. This one's like bad, generic WWE music is what this feels like.
Pretty sure this was in a Knicks video at one point or another.
Is it really?
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Hey, that's what you, the listener, this is what you're going to get to enjoy very soon, because starting September 8th, you've got our show and DiPietro and Rothenberg, not only here on 880 or on YouTube or on the ESPN New York app, but also MSG Networks.
Yay!
Full simulcast. That's right. Two of your favorite shows, the morning show, the afternoon drive, starting Tuesday, September 8th. You can see both simulcasted across MSG Networks television and digital platforms. So many places that you can consume the show. No longer you have excuses, and you can see us in 4K. Did you know that? Are you ready for 4K?
Oh, I know. Sure.
You ready for 4K? Being told we don't have 4K.
Sorry,
cameras.
It's not going to be 4.
So
not quite 4K, but the 3K perhaps.
Do they have
3K?
Or
4J? I'm not sure.
Yeah, 3D would be amazing.
That's a bit much.
Oh, okay. Well, don't miss out. It's all starting September 8th on MSG Networks. Has the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry, like, is it missing something? Do you remember, Anthony, last year with that series, was there juice? I mean, the Cam Schlittler thing was a thing because he's a Boston guy, and they were, he was getting he was using the hate mail and everything else he was getting as fuel.
You were kind of hoping that would lead to it.
Something.
And I think there are still fans that feel a way about it.
I think there are fans. I don't think anybody else does.
It's hard to get all that juiced about it when the teams don't seem, even in a moment where an unwritten rule was broken that required the broadcasters to issue apologies with how against it they were at the time, that nobody on the field thought it was a problem.
That's, again, I'll go back to that. Michael Kay explained on his show earlier that Aaron Boone told him that he yelled over to Chad Tracy, the manager of the Red Sox, and said, "You're not going to hold my guy on. That's it. All bets are off. I'm letting him go. Like, you hold him on, and we'll respect it. We're not going to do anything. It's a 7-1 lead." But he played off. He's like, and he said he yelled across the field. Now, when one manager yells across the field to the other manager, you would think that the other manager would then yell something back, right? Nothing. When Jazz got to third on a stolen base, so he steals 2 bases, and you would think while standing on third, someone in the Red Sox dugout would have been yelling something at Jazz. Bush League, whatever you want to say to him, they'd be saying to him. Jazz, who has rabbit ears, as we know, would definitely be looking in that direction. And then there'd be some back and forth, and then umpires would get involved, at least, if anything, to keep peace. None of that happened, everybody. None of it. Doesn't that tell you that even the players are like, whatever, man, let me just get out of here? Like, this was a series that was for something. They were playing for something, but it did still feel like August baseball, and there just was no real juice about it.
Yeah.
And it just makes me wonder, like, are we making too much of Yankees-Red Sox these days?
I've been saying it for a long time. It doesn't feel like there's any zhuzh there.
Zhuzh, he said.
Frankly, though, like I said, I complained about it with the Astros too. Like, the Yankees just don't have it with anyone.
Yeah,
they're not that kind of team.
Yeah, who do they hate?
And I don't know how many teams there are like that in baseball at all, to be honest. Then again, even our beloved Knicks, who won the championship.
Yeah.
We've seen their players pelted with basketballs to the face and do nothing.
That's right. That was
why can I never remember
who did that to OG?
It was OG. OG took.
Yeah.
I don't want to say OG took it to
Desmond
the face.
Bain.
Desmond Bain threw that ball right up OG's face, but they're all friends. And
so
hardy
they all kind of laughed about it. They didn't take it serious enough, while fans were like, they wanted to fight. And it's just, I do think it's a sign of the time in sports. Sam is in Cleveland, and he has a perspective on Yankees-Red Sox. Sam, how you doing?
Doing well. How about you?
Good.
Let's see. So to answer your question and kind of piggyback off what you guys are saying, I totally agree. I think that the juice is still there with the fans.
Yes.
Between social media and, I think everybody has friends that are from Boston. There's always going to be juice between the fans. But I agree with you. I just don't think that you really see it with the players like you used to. I think it's maybe getting there just because yesterday was controversial, and we're probably looking at another wild card series of Yankees-Red Sox. So the constant playoff matchups, similar to how it was in the 90s and 2000s, like that is going to be building up. So I think it's getting there. You're just not really seeing it with the fans. But with what the Red Sox announcer said yesterday, first off, the only thing that's Bush League is his comments that he made. That was disgusting and immature. He's a dirtbag for that. I think that's something that they should maybe use as fuel to just show a little bit of anger. I mean, you definitely saw some emotion from Ramos. That was good. But until, I think you kind of start to see the players treat these games more like absolute war, like we used to see in the A-Rod and the Jeter days.
Yeah.
I think, it's probably just going to look like it's dormant.
And can I tell you the worst part, Sam, of the comments from the Red Sox radio guys? To me, the most offensive parts were they said Jazz plays the wrong way.
Oh, they made that clear.
That's
he's openly going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know that the saying to throw at a player.
Thank you, Sam.
The saying to throw at a player is what's going to grab you, but it means nothing. They don't actually tell the team what to do.
If you missed it, here's some of the examples.
Chisholm's doing it again.
By the way,
this is what he does.
Look, you're up 6. It's the 8th. The team is electing not to hold you on. That's the white flag, right? And normally in that situation,
you don't run.
You don't run.
Wouldn't you sort of like to see Moran drill Wells right here? Infield's coming in.
So that's the first one.
That's tough to suggest that.
Your stats,
well, he's a Bush
But
League
guess what?
player.
Here we go.
It's not even a steal.
Yeah, well, first of all, he said not even a steal.
He's a Bush League player. But then in the next one, it goes further.
Yeah. Now, okay. So now, after this happens, Jazz is on third, and none of it matters because Austin Wells hits a home run anyway.
Right.
So now it's 9-1. But here's now more of the play-by-play guy, Will Fleming, on WEEI Boston Radio.
I don't know what else you need to hear. The 3-2 is drilled into right field. It is way back, and it is gone. And Moran should fight Chisholm. He's walking toward the third base line, staring at him there. Chisholm trots home. It's a 2-run homer, and it's 9-1. Well, it's as if we needed a little extra vinegar for what feels like an inevitable postseason series. There it is. It's 9-1 New York. Chisholm, I'm going to say it, he plays the game the wrong way.
Yeah, he doubled down.
So that, to me, is the most offensive part of it. Like the other stuff, I see why it's going to grab you because he's saying you should throw at a player and stuff like that. But for you to take this moment without knowing everything about that's happened and decide that a player, overall, a professional ball player, not on his first team, not a rookie, a guy who's been around, say he plays the game the wrong way implies that you, as the radio guy, you know the right way. And this guy who's played the game his whole life, he's doing it the wrong way. When it turns out there was communication happening about it, he was actually sent by Aaron Boone. Your problem, if you have it with anyone, should be with Aaron Boone, not even with the ball player.
Yeah.
And you label Jazz Chisholm in that moment. I'm sorry, that's a very I'm glad he apologized because that specifically is a very, in a game like baseball that's very serious about decorum, you said he plays the game the wrong way. That's a foul thing to do.
Yeah, you acted as if he was the one just padding his stats.
And, and you were the judge and jury of that.
And you're the one that feels like this is the wrong thing. Will Fleming did go to Twitter today and apologize. He said,
Let me judge the apology.
Since I've been receiving nonstop calls and threats, I feel like it was important to hop back on here and say my comments during yesterday's broadcast crossed a line. I'm emotional and a fan at heart, and that bled into the broadcast. I meant no disrespect to the Yankee players or organization. I could and should have used different words. These rivalry games get me fired up. I apologize for letting the emotion of the moment get the best of me.
A lot of cop-out in there. There's some stuff, but it filled in with it. There's a lot of cop-out.
These rivalry games get me fired up. Did you watch? There was nothing fired up about these games.
You're the team that you cover and that you get fired up about sent out a position player to throw 60-mile-an-hour fastballs.
Yeah, so when they don't care, it's time for you to stop caring.
What? And also just specifically say it like specifically Austin Wells and Jazz Chisholm. I shouldn't have said those things. That was not cool. And really, like I said,
did
Jazz.
say that.
But Jazz is the big one, though. You shouldn't say a ball player plays the game wrong.
Yeah,
that's an offensive thing to say.
Yeah, the right thing again for Will to do. The right thing to do was to say, okay, no, I got caught up in the moment. I shouldn't have done that.
But see the amount of words there. When there's that many words,
yeah,
you already know the apology has a little too much to it. Like sometimes it's just simple is. Because you're feeling, oh, and by bad, and again, I get really emotional. And again, I just care so much. And again, I just say sorry, man.
Yeah.
But we appreciate the effort.
Well, ENN coming up next because we have Mets baseball coming up at 6 o'clock. So stay with us for that. Don Hahn Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
There you were, surrounded by fans. Everybody remembers the game. Nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you. Till a few days later, at 2 a.m., you wake up with a fever and your throat's on fire. Now what? Urgent care? Closed. ER? Slammed. Telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You needed a medical emergency kit. These aren't first aid kits. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions. Sinus and ear infection, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more on hand before you need them. Use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care and drugstore at home. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you'd ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. And save $45 with my promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880. That's promo code 880 at urgentcarekit.com/880.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off and to wear a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Upgrade your outdoor living space with TimberTech, the #1 brand in premium decking from Rings End. Picture this, a deck that's the highlight of your backyard, turning heads season after season. Now, imagine 20, 30 years later. It's still going strong. And here's the best part. You haven't spent a moment sanding, staining, or sealing it. Visit your local Rings End for the stunning real wood looks of TimberTech decking, paired with the kind of durability that only advanced engineering can deliver. Backed by industry-leading warranties, TimberTech is the decking that performs for decades. Ask for it locally at Rings End.
Hey Yankees and Knicks fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Friday, September 25th and be ready to receive a very special giveaway. It's Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead Night, presented by Delta Airlines. The first 18,000 guests will receive a Josh Hart Yankees bobblehead. Again, don't miss Josh Hart Yankees Bobblehead Night, presented by Delta Airlines when the Yankees face the Orioles on Friday, September 25th. For tickets, log on to yankees.com/tickets.
Evan Cohen here. In sports, anyone can say they're the best. The actual best? They prove it. That's what I like about Midas. When you buy tires at Midas with paid installation, you get their limited lifetime tire guarantee included at no extra cost. That includes flat repairs or flat replacements and tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's confidence you can drive on, mile after mile, because the best don't just say it, they back it up. Midas, the best around.
Well, I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check that my seat in the stadium was right next to the... Ow! That was loud.
Yeah, bud. You're in the band section.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Got it. Very clear where I am.
Yeah, checking first is a win. So check Allstate first, and you can save hundreds.
Voiced by paid actor. Potential savings vary. Subject to terms and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
This is the Michael K. Show.
You hear people saying, that's why Yankees should have got a reliever. Well, they tried. Everybody wanted George Lombard Jr., one of their top prospects. Would you have wanted to give up George Lombard Jr.? Oh, they should have gotten Mason Miller. Not available. They should have got Morajan. Not available. They did try. They knew they needed another arm in the bullpen, but you can't bankrupt your system to get another arm in the bullpen.
The Michael K. Show, weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube. Presented by the Parisman Firm. This is an ENN Special Report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports.
Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey. Welcome, folks, to ENN.
Ray-Ro.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's presented by
Boost.
He beat you to it.
Yeah, he
Is that the
did.
new thing? Is it now a race? So like,
I thought it's supposed to be simultaneous. Like we're supposed to make eye contact.
Oh.
I'm staring at a wall.
Look at me. Ready? Do it again.
ENN presented by our friends at
Boost.
That worked better.
See, you like that?
Sounded like something. Boost
Teamwork.
Mobile to you and you.
Yeah.
You and me.
And all of us.
I'd like to start off by saying good evening to me and Alan. At first, when you said it, I thought Alan's a moron.
Well, you say that a lot. It's true.
And to Tessa.
They side by side, guys. They side by side.
I was like, what is she saying? It took me.
She just gets going.
Jacob, did you understand even when it first came out of her mouth? I didn't know what word she was saying. Then I heard it the second time. I think she said side by side.
Not at all. But
Side
as
by
soon as
side.
she said side by side, I think me and you locked eyes, and it kind of.
I was like, what?
They side by side, guys. They side by side.
Everything
You know what it
she
reminds me of?
says
You know what it
is
reminds me of?
dead serious.
Jacob, you know what it reminds me of?
What's that?
You remember the famous internet video? A little kid, he's like, but today, I got time.
I got time
cuz.
today.
I got time today. That she reminds me of I got time, cuz.
They side by side, guys. They side by side.
Kind of like that now. Even more now.
Tessa's got
All
a
right.
drop. She's
Now,
in business.
I love that about Tess, is that she brings urgency to every call.
Can you find Jacob today I got time? I'm sure it'll come up as a clip, just already built for you for today I got
The
time.
final 6 minutes of the show.
Yeah, we got time.
Mets baseball coming
Today
up,
I
by the
got
way,
time.
6 o'clock.
Well, speaking of the Mets,
yes.
Lou Bob no more.
Yeah.
Luis Robert Jr. is going to be a Baltimore Oriole. The O's will eat the salary.
He's not going to become one. He is
He
one.
is one.
Yes.
Oh,
the
look.
Baltimore Orioles claimed Luis Robert Jr. off waivers from the Mets.
So there you go.
So one of the other mistakes
Him and Pete missed each other.
Yeah, right.
Well, they didn't get to know each other.
No. One of the.
They'll get acquainted now.
Again, this is.
They can talk trash about the Mets together.
David Stearns gets out of another mistake, but yeah, and they take the contract and everything.
All right, let's keep things going. I love this story. This is just a quick little note. We spent a lot of time, obviously, last week on the Dolly Parton of it all.
ABC with a terrific 1 hour special.
I did
about
not
her
see
life
it
last night.
Is that where they ran some clips from like different shows?
Yeah,
I got to go back and watch it.
It was really good.
So
yeah,
we already mentioned that the Nashville airport will become Dolly Parton International
Love
Airport.
that.
We love that. But also, plans in Tennessee for the Titans to honor the fallen Nashvillian, the legend, Dolly Parton.
Talk about the passing of Dolly Parton, all that she's meant across the world, this country, and certainly the queen of East Tennessee, and a lady that was extremely proud of her roots. You look at her impact, her ability to give back, make an impact to people. Certainly here in East Tennessee, she means a lot to people across this country, but certainly here inside the state of Tennessee too. So we'll be wearing a sticker patch on the back of our helmet to recognize her accomplishments and everything that she's meant and had an impact here on Tennessee.
And I'm sorry, I meant the Vols, not the Titans.
Yeah, that's not Robert Saleh.
That's not Bob Saleh. That's Josh Stupel to you and me.
Yes.
But either way, you get the point.
Yes.
Very cool.
I like the fact that they're going to put a decal on the helmet. That's great.
Or is Josh Heupel we're saying? It's not Hupel. It's Heupel.
I think it's Heupel.
It's Heupel, but it's okay.
I'm hyped. I'm all Heupel about it.
I'm very hypel about this.
No, but I do. I love that. Now, speaking of death.
Oh, what? No.
One of a tragedy that broke me back in 2007, the death of Sean Taylor will be explored deeply during tonight's episode of Game Day Murders from Investigation Discovery. They're doing a 6-episode series called Game Day Murders, executive produced by Shaq. What's not?
Oh, wow.
It airs at 10 p.m. tonight on ID and streams on HBO Max. And
this is a very popular genre.
Tonight's episode is called Blindsided by Tragedy.
Oh, boy.
And it's Santana Moss and other former Redskin players will be there. Of course, we recently talked about Sean Taylor because his daughter, Jackie, is the girlfriend of
George
new Yankee
Lombard Jr.
shortstop G-Lo.
Yeah.
George Lombard Jr.
How do you like that?
I
GLJ.
love that. I love that. Man, the Sean Taylor thing rocked me at the time.
You're locked in on this tonight?
I don't know if I'll get to it immediately.
But you'll watch it on Max?
But I will watch. I will say Natalie and I have been a little bit down the true crime stuff on Netflix recently.
It has become, it really is that's why Shaq's very smart, investing in different things that people are going to consume. This is really a good idea.
I know.
I'm sure it's sports related.
I know. Well, it is game day murder. So it's about stuff related to, sports, but still in this genre, which we as a creepy society are very interested in.
Fascinated by it.
Yesterday we watched The Pastor's Wife on Netflix, which was sad and bizarre.
Pastor's Wife.
It's
a documentary.
It's a documentary about this woman who. It's very complicated, but it's a very weird and sad story.
Okay.
Then we've been watching Worst Neighbor Ever.
Oh God.
On Netflix, which is awful.
Yeah, why?
Worst Ex Ever is a good one.
Yeah, worst roommate. Yeah, it's along the same line.
There's a
worst
lot
roommate
of these.
ever.
Did you ever see the one that says "Call me when you get home"?
No, it's that one.
It's terrible. It's just basically like parents talking about their kids who didn't.
Oh my God! Now that's that's no. Well, that's not.
You got to be kidding.
No, I can't do it. Bridge too far.
I'm good. I don't need to know that reality.
Something positive before we leave. John Harbaugh, what's Odell's role on this team going to be?
He'll be in that receiver group. He'll be rotating in different personnel groups, and he'll be playing.
Thank you, man. Super useful stuff from you.
It was short.
He's in the wide receiver
room. You know what,
room.
though? It was very shortcut to the point. I like it. What else? Odell?
You want me to, should I play the Harbaugh or the Odell? What's better?
We need to hear from Odell.
All right. Here's Odell on making the roster.
Man, it's everything. God had a plan for me. The last 2 years I talked to y'all about just the spiritual journey that I've been on, the growth, the humility, and kind of walking through life over the last 2 years and a bit of hardships, with myself feeling just wasn't where I wanted to be. And now being able to be here, to walk in here, I remember coming here to practice and seeing the 86, the 90, the 2007, 11 banners, and I was like, man, I just want to bring one here. And I think you'll always hear me talk about it. I feel like no matter what team you're on, that's a goal. Nobody's playing just to play, and you all want to win. So that was kind of the message I had to the group, is like, it's one thing to get here, it's an honor and a privilege, but how do you take that next step each and every day?
Super cool.
Ways to level up.
Super cool stuff. And we got to wrap up. We'll talk more Odell tomorrow. That's ENN, brought to you by Boost.
Boost. All right. Mets Rays coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow.
When care matters most, experience matters more.